My girlfriend's been on a bit of a Zelda kick, and with the announcement of Ocarina of Time remake, she's asked me why that entry in the series was such a big deal. She didn't realize it, but she opened up a can of worms with that one, because rather than explain it to her, I told her she should just play it and find out for herself.
Ocarina of Time. Look at him go!
I was expecting it to be a cute little side project for the two of us, but I should have known better. So many people know about this game, but Taryn is a completely clean slate, experiencing all of it for the first time like the year's 1998.
1998.
The world worked a little differently back then. So this video is both a love letter to the game and also a great way to experience that first playthrough for yourself, living vicariously through someone else.
Is that a Chico?
Ooh, I don't know. There's so many questions, right? Okay, that's enough of an explanation. Good God, I need to get into this story now or we're gonna be here all day. I can't believe Taryn asked me another question about Zelda and somehow I'm sitting here editing another 2.5 hours. Our story begins somewhere in the forest with my girlfriend as this child who doesn't have a fairy. She has a nightmare of a dark future, and that sets this whole thing into motion.
Whoa! No! A baddie! Look at how shocked he looks!
The great Deku Tree, who's the guardian of the forest, sends a fairy to go and retrieve my girlfriend because he wants to talk to her. The journey starts very simple, but gets increasingly more complex the more she learns about the world. For now, she's much less worried with the plot and much more concerned with the controls, though.
Oh, okay. If I'm running and I click A.
That's your role.
That's my role.
Moving, exactly.
But if I'm still, then I send out my fairy.
Yeah. That's a lot of things work that way. You're gonna find.
Oh no.
Kokiri Village is teeming with stuff to teach you how to control Link, and it warms my heart seeing her discover and do the same things I did as a kid.
This is so cute because you have all of the bridges and there's water and there's grass and the trees. There's so much to explore.
Yeah. Because this was like early 3D, right? So they're like, here, have a child's playground to learn how cameras work. It takes her a bit to get started here, but after thinking about it some more, I realized that as a kid, I used to just hang out in the Kokiri forest, and for the longest time, that was Zelda for me. I don't think I actually went into the first dungeon. I just boot up the game and cut grass for an hour before it was time for dinner. I've told Taryn that I had a similar experience with Wind Waker, where for the longest time, I just thought it was a game about herding pigs. But whatever, let's get back on track here.
I think that this was meant to teach kids patience.
The first objective for Link after waking up is visiting the Great Deku Tree. But before he can do that, he's got to get some gear for this adventure. There's a training ground over on the hill by some of the houses where she can learn a little bit about combat.
Oh, but I don't have a sword yet. I probably should go to that training center.
That'd be a little more useful if she actually had a sword to swing, so my girlfriend's gonna need to sort that out first. After crawling through the nearby hole in the wall, she's able to track down her first treasure chest, and luck would have it, inside is the Kokiri blade.
I got a sword! A Kokiri sword.
Newly equipped with a sword, she's still in need of a shield. Luckily, there's a shop in town that has what she's looking for.
Oh look, Link Tarny is so excited about the shield.
With the sword and shield, she can stand up to the local bully, Mido, who's blocking her way. Mido's kind of annoyed with her since he has a crush on Saria, who's close friends with Link. But he caves pretty quickly when he sees her new sword.
Is that the Kokiri sword? Yeah, dude. I know what's what.
Approaching the Deku Tree, my girlfriend's attacked by a couple of Baba plants, and after speaking with him, she learns he's sick and he needs her help to destroy the infection. He opens his mouth, which turns out to be the entrance to her first dungeon, and just like that, we're playing Zelda.
Hey! What is it, Navi? Listen!
Inside the Deku Tree may be the first dungeon of the game, but it really serves as a tutorial meant to teach her how the game works.
Oh, there's something down there. It's hollow.
Pretty early on, she finds this big chest with a dungeon map in it.
A dungeon map.
Finding one of these is going to be a staple of every dungeon she does, and for someone playing for the first time, she'll rely on them quite a bit. There's also a compass in every dungeon, and that reveals key locations like chests and the boss door.
A compass?
Inside of the tree, most of the enemies are these spiders called Skulltulas, and so far, she doesn't really have an easy way to attack them.
Oh my gosh, wait a second.
They cling to the walls, and if she tries to climb, they'll knock her off. At the far end of the first room, there's this door that locks behind her.
No, I'm trapped!
She's got to defeat this Deku scrub to proceed, but he'll only pop out when she's far away and will spit nuts at her from range. The trick here is to block them with her shield, as they'll bounce back and hit the scrub in the face.
I don't know how to use my shield.
Dying's part of learning, and this game's pretty damn forgiving. She got the scrub on the second try, and he was nice enough to give her some intel in exchange for sparing his life.
Sir, if I give you a clue, will you let me go? Are you gonna keep shooting things at me?
In the next room, she finds yet another chest and a reward for her troubles.
A fairy slingshot! Not just any slingshot, a fairy slingshot! With this, I probably can take out those spiders that were giving me problems.
The fairy slingshot is her much needed ranged option. Back in the main room, she's able to climb up to the highest level now that there aren't spiders blocking the way. From there, she can jump back down to the ground floor, but break the webs at the bottom and access this dungeon's basement.
Whoa! And I landed in water!
There are a lot more webs the deeper she goes, and it's some nice foreshadowing for what's to come when she eventually makes it to the boss fight. Anyways, it's down here where she can light a torch and learn that the webs can be burnt. Those Deku sticks she's been collecting are perfect for lighting the braziers around different rooms, and that's pretty much how this floor is gonna go. Once she's managed to burn that web, she has to deal with 3 more Deku scrubs guarding the way to the boss. If she hits them in the correct order, they'll open the way forwards and even give her some hints on how to beat the boss.
Strike with your sword while she's stunned.
Most of these dungeons follow a similar formula in which the main item you get from the dungeon is somehow used to beat the boss at the end of it.
Uh-oh. It's a big one of those guys that I didn't fight earlier.
In this case, Goma's weak point is her eye, and by shooting it with a slingshot, my girlfriend can stun her long enough to get in there with her Kokiri blade and start dealing some damage. Nice, now you can wail on her. With the sword.
I just was dumping in my...
It's not a terribly difficult fight, and part of that's because she has so few items at this stage of the game.
Whoa!
Even still, this fight's pretty intimidating, and I'm realizing that these old N64 graphics do a lot of legwork in making this fight appear more frightening than it actually is. In anticipation of Taryn playing this game, I did a replay on my 3DS so I wouldn't spoil anything by playing in front of her on the big screen. It was a lot of fun, but areas like this are so much more bright and colorful, which on the surface is cool, but it does really take away from the atmosphere.
Okay. I'm a Hylian warrior.
I remember being kind of terrified of this game as a kid, but on my replay I wrote it off as me being timid. Seeing Taryn play this on the old hardware has me realizing that I wasn't giving myself enough credit.
Get out of here.
A lot of my buddies used to tell me that they had to ask their big brothers to beat sections of Ocarina for them because they were scared, but man, I was the big brother, so I had to step up and do it myself. I'll get into it more much later in the story, but I think there's something really beautiful about this game teaching kids like me how to show a little courage.
Woo! Oh! Did I take her out?
Hell yeah, you did.
Bye-bye, Queenie.
As is tradition with Zelda, she can claim her heart container to improve her health and then warp out of here.
A heart container. I have 4 hearts. Let's go.
Back on the outside, the great Deku tree dumps some more exposition in our leading lady's lap.
Wouldst thou listen? Yeah.
So basically, there were 3 goddesses who formed our world, and when they left, each of them left behind a piece of themselves, which formed the Triforce.
They made the Triforce!
The evil Ganondorf is after that treasure, and our quest is to try and stop him from stealing the goddess's power.
He's so evil looking.
Despite her efforts to save him, unfortunately, the Deku tree isn't going to make it.
No! But do not grieve for me. I guess I should have read that line first because I just grieved.
Before he moves on, she's presented with the Kokiri Emerald and instructed to seek out the Princess of Destiny, which she recognizes will be Zelda.
There thou will surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Zelda!
So now she's got her mission and is ready to go out into the world. She says goodbye to Saria on the bridge before leaving, and as a parting gift, she gives my girlfriend an ocarina.
I want you to have this ocarina. Please take good care of it.
Playing the ocarina is a big part of this game, but for the time being, she hasn't learned any songs for it yet. With that, Link's world is about to get a lot bigger.
Aww. Link is having some big feelings today.
Almost as soon as she leaves the forest, she's stopped by this big owl named Kippora Gabora.
Ah! Hyrule Field? Oh my god, was that Death Mountain?
It's kind of like Link's spirit animal or guide or something. He's meant to kind of help steer the player in the right direction since the world opens up quite a bit here and there's so many places to go. Even still, he kind of just exists to annoy my girlfriend and tell her things she already figured out on her own.
Why do I feel like this is like the Great Deku Tree's friend and like the owl would fly in and just like sit on the branch and they would just chat? So he knows the whole plan. Because the Great Deku is like, you know, I'm not just entrusting this to a child and a fairy.
As far as tutorials go, he teaches her about double negatives and I guess to be careful when answering dialogue questions. What I mean is he does this annoying thing where he'll give this long-winded explanation and then at the end ask if she understood with no as the default dialogue option. I swear this guy was created just to punish the people who mash A through dialogue, but I also like his funny eyebrows, so it's hard to stay mad at him when girl gets caught in his traps.
No, but yes. I can review the game tape. And I have an all-knowing boyfriend.
So like the big owl told her, she needs to head to Hyrule Castle and meet the princess. This world feels pretty big, and even though it's nothing compared to the likes of Breath of the Wild, it's still a lot to take in seeing it for the first time.
We made it out of the village.
Speaking of the wilds, just like in that game, if she hangs around Hyrule Fields at night, the stall will come out and start harassing her.
Sorry, I'm under attack. They're attacking me.
Hyrule's dead ahead of the forest, but I'm not gonna stop her from looking around a bit. Link has never left the forest, so I think it's sweet that he probably shares my girlfriend's curiosity.
Zora's River! Watch out for swift current and strong undertow. It's the Zora's River.
The world hasn't been cracked wide open just yet because she needs more tools. So while it's fun being a tourist, she'll need to stick to the main path to open up the other ways she can go.
I need my bombs. So I know my tools from Breath of the Wild. I don't know what tools are going to be my staples here.
The day-night cycles are pretty short in this game, so she needs to get a move on unless she wants to be accosted by skeletons again.
Why is it nighttime again?
Day-night cycle's pretty quick in this game because, you know.
It took me a whole day to explore that.
It took you a whole day just to explore that. There are a lot of familiar names and landmarks around that she'll recognize.
Kakariko Village! Ah!
I think it was comforting to recognize so many places because the Kokiri were completely foreign to her. Anyways, it's morning again and Castletown has lowered its drawbridge.
I'm here! I'm in Hyrule.
The market is bustling with activity, and many of the people around have interesting stuff to share.
This beard is my pride and joy. I don't know what I expected him to talk about, but it was not the beard.
Malin is the daughter of the owner of Lon Lon Ranch, and she explains that she and her dad came to town to make a delivery to the castle.
Dad went to the castle to deliver some milk, and he hasn't come back yet.
There are plenty of shops and vendors around that she can investigate. There's this happy mask shop that hasn't opened up yet, but it has a fun side quest I'm looking forward to her discovering. There's also a general store that sells equipment like bombs and arrows. She tried to buy the bombs so she could access the Zora's River, but without a bag for them, she's out of luck.
Can't buy them with a bomb bag. Okay, I need a bomb bag and a jar.
Actually, pretty much everything in the store isn't of use to her yet, since she doesn't have the right items to store them. What she can purchase is the Hylian shield, which she recognized right away.
A Hylian shield!
Link is a little too young to hold that shield on his arm, but instead he can wear it on his back and crouch under it.
Wait a second. Oh, that's so funny.
So you use it like a turtle shell because it's too big. Satisfied with her time at the market, she begins her mission to stealth her way into the castle. There are these guards on patrol that will kick her out if she walks into their line of sight.
Listen! The Great Deku Tree wanted us to go visit the princess at Hyrule Castle. Shouldn't we get going? Excuse me, ma'am! Go back to my pocket.
After getting caught the first time, she runs into Malin near the castle's entrance, who's still waiting for her dad. She gives my girlfriend a cuckoo bird to wake him up if we find him. It's a good thing she does, because after sneaking around the side of the castle, my girlfriend finds the guy passed out and in her way.
What in tarnation? Well, I'm Taryn.
With him gone, she can push the milk crates and make a path to reach the aqueduct and use it to crawl into the castle's gardens. Girl impressed me and got this on her first try, which I think is pretty good considering it's really easy to fall off the section with the trellis.
No!
Nice recovery.
Ooh.
At the end of the patrol, she finally meets Princess Zelda, who explains some of what the heck is going on here.
Hi, Zelda!
She had the same nightmare that Link had at the beginning of the game and believes it to be a vision of the future. She reveals the Ocarina of Time to my girlfriend, and you could hear the gears begin to turn in her head.
The Ocarina of Time. Wait a second. Whoa. Okay. Now we're talking, Zelda.
Taking note of my girlfriend's Kokiri Emerald, Zelda tasks her with finding the other two spiritual stones. It's also at this point that my girlfriend gets her first glimpse of the main villain of the game.
Ganondorf! Oh my god, that's Ganon!
Zelda's gonna hang on to the Ocarina of Time until the stones are assembled, but she doesn't send my girlfriend away empty-handed.
Whoa! Zelda's letter! It has Zelda's autograph.
On the other end of the garden is Zelda's personal guardian, but my girlfriend mistakes her for one of the guards and tries to find a way to sneak around her.
Uh-oh, who's this person? Do I have to sneak by them? I don't even know if I can. Let's swim out of here.
If she would just go and talk to her, she'd figure out pretty quickly that she's a friend.
This is Impa? Oh my god! That's so cool!
Everyone kind of knows already that Ganon, Link, and Zelda transcend each of the games and have iterations that appear in all of them, but I've always found it funny how Impa and Beetle kind of tag along with them. This isn't the same Impa she's met before, but more like one of her incarnations.
She's a baddie. Do you see her muscles and her sword?
She's responsible for protecting Zelda and can teach my girlfriend her first song for the Ocarina.
So am I gonna have to like memorize songs in this one?
Impa's gonna escort her out of the castle and point her towards Kakariko, which is fitting. Name a more iconic duo than Impa and Kakariko Village.
Death Mountain! Home of the Gorons! It is! It is!
Even though Impa told her to go to Kakariko, Taryn has a compulsion to ignore Impa and Kakariko thanks to the wilds. She was much more interested in checking out that ranch that Malin was from, so we're gonna take a quick detour.
Oh my god! Horses! Horses! Yo! That one's Spirit! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Long Lawn Ranch has a ton of horses, so girl was basically in paradise. By talking to Malin in the horse pen, she can meet a special pony named Epona.
Oh yeah, I have to introduce you to my friend, Fairy Boy. She's this horse. Her name is Epona. Isn't she cute? She's the cutest. Hi, Epona.
Malin will even teach my girlfriend her song, and playing it seems to make Epona like her a little more.
It seems like Epona is afraid of you, Fairy Boy. No! My mother composed this song. Isn't it nice? Let's sing it together.
It's funny because as she was playing the song, she couldn't shake the feeling she already knew it from somewhere.
Try. Also, that sounds familiar. Like, ew. I know that. Oh my gosh, this Epona's song is the horse stable theme in Breath of the Wild. That's why I know
Yeah,
it.
it's from the stables.
It all makes sense.
It's all coming together. Of course, it's the horses where Taryn achieves Zelda enlightenment. It was at this point that all the puzzle pieces fell together in her head, and she realized that the game she's currently playing laid the foundation for everything that's come after.
So my brain just continued the melody, and I was like, wait, that's why I know it. Oh, I literally am so excited I want to cry.
What an awesome thing to witness in real time, to be honest. I was already enjoying her playthrough, but at this point, I'm hooked. All there is to do here at the moment is learn that new song, but she can talk with Talon inside to play a little mini game where she collects cuckoos for him. It's a cute game, and her reward for completing it is a bottle of milk from the ranch. He'll even let her keep the bottle.
And it has a cute cow on it.
Honestly, the bottle's a much better reward than the milk itself. What's cool is if she plays Epona's song for the cows, they'll give her a free refill anytime she likes. I think that's enough for the ranch, but before leaving, Navi suggests that my girlfriend go and tell Saria about her quest to save Hyrule. Technically, she doesn't need to go and do this yet, but Taryn's taken the scenic route, so she's not exactly in a rush.
To Kokiri.
After returning to Kokiri Forest, she couldn't find her anywhere, but was able to speculate that she was somewhere in the Lost Woods.
Lost Woods, as usual.
The woods are a maze that'll spit her back out in the village if she makes a wrong turn. The solution here is to follow the sound of the music. It's actually diegetic sound of Saria playing her ocarina. My girlfriend can do it correctly, she'll come out the other side in the sacred woods.
She's playing her ocarina.
After locating Saria, she'll teach her another song for the ocarina that allows the two of them to communicate telepathically.
I've learned Saria's song.
Similar to Zelda's Lullaby, this song is the solution for a handful of puzzles, and it's probably not a bad thing my girlfriend's getting it early. On her way out of the forest, she finds this fairy spring, and she can bottle a fairy for later.
I caught a fairy!
Fairies will work the same as they do in all Zelda games, and will revive her if she falls in combat, so it's always nice to have one on hand. Okay, I think that's enough distraction and diversions. We're finally headed to Kakariko. The problem is, there's 101 different things to do here too. For starters, there's this woman whose cuckoos have escaped, and she asked my girlfriend to round them all up for her.
I'm still missing some cuckoos. Please round up 5 more.
Cuckoos are all over town, and some of them are easier to nab than others.
Come back here, you little shit.
When holding a cuckoo above her head, she can kind of float down to reach places she couldn't otherwise. My girlfriend made the keen observation that the cuckoos are the paragliders of this game, which is a hilarious comparison.
Chickens are literally the paraglider of this game.
Collecting all those cuckoos was well worth the trouble, as the woman rewards her with a second empty bottle.
Another jar! Nice!
After herding chickens, she decided to check out the graveyard behind town. The kid there tells her that there are rumors of ghosts haunting the graves at night, so she leaves and comes back after the sun goes down. There are these two Mario and Luigi looking ghosts at the top of the hill who apparently used to be royal musicians. After defeating them, they tell her that there's a song she can play to control the time of day. With how quick the day and night cycles are, this is another good one to grab early, so I guess girl's gonna do some grave robbing. Under the tomb at the top of the hill, she could find these catacombs.
Ah! There's a hole! Are you gonna get mad at me that I blew up this grave?
I won't tell if you don't tell. This is one of the places where she could find the scariest enemy in the game, Redeads.
Ah!
These guys are infamous because they'll scream at her and then leave her stunned. If they're allowed to get close enough, they'll grab her and squeeze the life out of her.
This sucks!
Honestly, she's so weak that at this point in the game, it's much easier to just ignore them and run past them. To this day, those still freak me out. At the very back of the crypt, there's a tablet with some ocarina notes scratched on it that teach her the sun song, which lets her freely swap between day and night.
Restless souls wander where they don't belong. Bring them calm with the sun song.
There's one last thing to do in Kakariko, and then she's finally gonna go back to finding the spiritual stones. At the center of town is the Gold Skulltula house. She's found a handful of golden Skulltulas around the world, and each time she takes one out, they drop a coin. Every 10 coins, she can come here and claim a new reward. Since she's got 10, she gets the first one, which is an adult wallet, which will double how many rupees she can hold.
An adult wallet! Adults are allowed to carry a lot of money. You can now hold up to 200 rupees.
Okay, as promised, she's gonna go show the guard Zelda's letter and start hiking up Death Mountain finally.
This should grant me passage.
I guess she also sells the guy one of the masks from the Happy Mask shop, but it's a whole thing, but we'll get to it a little later.
Ah, he's wearing it!
Death Mountain Trail's a lot smaller than I remember it. I guess as a kid, it felt like this really long climb up the hill, but here I'm realizing it's only one switchback. My girlfriend gets to meet her first Gorons of the game, and she's a sucker for friendly rock creatures, so she's extra excited to see them.
Oh my god, it's a Goron! Hi!
At the top of the hill is Goron City, and from speaking with everyone around, she figures out that everyone's super hungry since the cave they get their food from is overrun with monsters.
Oh, but they're gourmets. So y'all are gonna become extinct because you're being
gourmands, Taryn. All around the city there are these bomb plants, but they must be heavy because my girlfriend isn't strong enough to pluck them. Apparently the Goron's leader's throwing a fit because everyone in the city's gone hungry and he won't come out of his room. Her girlfriend figures out he likes music though, and by playing Zelda's Lullaby, she gets him to open his door. Good work. As a general rule, when in doubt in this game, try playing the ocarina. She'll surprise herself with how often it'll work. After seeing my girlfriend isn't actually royalty, but rather just some forest kid, Darunia goes back to pouting.
We don't need any help from strangers. Don't be stubborn.
This time she plays Saria's song for him, which will instigate arguably the best cutscene in the entire game.
Eee, are you gonna dance? He's gonna dance! Yo! Nice!
Dancing clearly put him in a better mood because now he's willing to listen to what my girlfriend has to say. Apparently he's the one in possession of the spiritual stone of fire, but is only willing to part with it if my girlfriend can clear the monsters out of Dodongo's cavern for them.
Destroy the monsters inside the Dodongo's cavern. Prove you're a real man.
As an added commission, he throws in a Goron bracelet as a little gift, which gives her the strength to finally pick up those bomb flowers.
Nice! I can pull up bomb flowers.
Luck would have it that's exactly what she needs to get into Dodongo's cavern, as there are some bomb flowers at the top of the hill she can use to clear the rocks at its entrance.
Yeah, I did!
With the rocks now clear, it's finally time for her second dungeon of the game. Since Dodongo's cavern is filled with lava and fire, she's going to be sticking with her Hylian shield since her Deku one is at risk of burning up.
That's the infernal cave right there, my love.
That is the infernal cave. Dodongo's cavern is kind of split into two halves, but there's only one way to go in the beginning. The right side of the room has a button that's out of reach, but pressing it will open the path on the opposite side. She can use the bomb flowers to blast open a hole in the wall and work her way through the tunnels behind it.
Oh, I bet I come up from the other side.
At the end of the hallway is a battle with two Lizalfos, which are much stronger than the rest of the enemies she's seen so far. Ducking under her shield's a good way to deal with them since they can't hurt her if she does. Nice defense, Taryn.
He's being a bully.
Once she's cleared them out, the path to the button finally opens up, and she can unlock the other side of the dungeon. After crossing the lava to the other side, she finds this strange monolith surrounded by bomb flowers. It takes her a second, but eventually she realizes she needs to explode both rows of flowers at the same time.
Ah! And now it's going down.
Now that she's revealed the stairs, the goal of this dungeon is to work her way back across to the other half of the room, but on the second story. After jumping past a couple more fire platforms, she finds the big chest containing this dungeon's treasure.
A bomb bag! Wait, can the guy sell me bombs now? Because he said that he can't yet. This bomb holding bag is made from a dongo stomach. 20 bombs inside. What a lucky guy.
The bomb bag is a game changer because now she's able to take bombs anywhere.
I don't think it's safe for me to have bombs on my hotbar.
The whole dungeon opens up since she's not limited to needing a nearby bomb flower to blast open the walls. After some more exploring around, she comes across this sign that hints that she needs to make the eyes of the Dodongo's skull from the dungeon's entrance turn red.
Giant dead Dodongo. When it sees red, a new way to go will be open.
The key to doing this, of course, is to use her new bombs. After turning both eyes red, the mouth swings open, and after a couple more puzzles in the skull, she finds a hole that drops her into the boss arena.
Ah! I was a hero! Ah! Infernal Dinosaur King Dodongo!
The boss of the dungeon is the cave's namesake, and she'll be going up against the Dodongo King. This fight isn't all that bad. The center of the room's filled with lava, so she'll be sticking to the perimeter for most of the fight. Dodongo has a tendency to roll, but she can duck under her shield to protect herself. There you go. Hitting him is kind of like a puzzle, and like most of the other solutions in this dungeon, the answer is to use bombs.
Yay!
Get him!
Oh, okay. Ah!
When he opens his mouth to breathe fire, she can throw a bomb into it and stun him long enough to get some sword swings in. If she ever runs out of bombs, there are bomb plants all around the room. But honestly, even with girl's aim, she didn't come close to using all 20 bombs.
Woo!
I've always loved the way Dodongo sinks into the lava and makes it harden after the battle.
For good measure.
For good measure, and stay dead. With Dodongo dealt with, the Gorons can go back to using the cavern for food.
Ah! The Goron fell on top of me.
As thanks for her help, Darunia rewards my girlfriend with the Goron's ruby and declares her Tarny, hero of the Gorons.
It's beautiful!
Before leaving Death Mountain, Darunia suggests climbing to the top and paying the Great Fairy a visit. The Great Fairy she meets upgrades her spin attack and also unlocks the magic bar for her, which will be crucial for using spells later on. She also hints at one of the locations of her sisters near Hyrule Castle, which will definitely be worth checking out.
Oh, that's so cool!
For the one time in the whole game we actually want to say yes to Kapora since he offers to fly her back down to the base of the mountain. My girlfriend had a pretty good idea of where the next stone was, but first she went to the castle to meet that Great Fairy sister. This fairy teaches her Din's Fire, an incredibly useful skill that allows her to do some big fire damage and AoE around her.
And they keep putting Link's head in like the most risque places.
Now that we're done with Castle Town, my girlfriend's headed back to Zora's River to get the final spiritual stone. The Zora were another favorite of hers, so seeing them in the older games was a lot of fun. After speaking with the king, she learns that his daughter has gone missing, and so I guess she needs to help him track her down.
Where is she gone? I'm so worried.
There's this Zora near the throne room that has a fun little diving minigame for her, and the reward for being it is actually a pretty sweet upgrade.
Scale of our kind. With this, you can dive much deeper under the water. Yo! Oh, that looks so cool. A silver scale.
The silver scale doubles how long she can hold her breath, which means she can dive much deeper underwater now. She can test it out on this tunnel in the base of the Zora's domain, which surprisingly spits her out in the middle of Lake Hylia.
Lake Hylia? Whoa!
She spots this message in the bottle while she's there and grabs it, mostly because she wants a third bottle, but after reading it, she learns the whereabouts of the princess.
Help me, I'm waiting for you inside Lord Jabu's belly! Rudo, no! Jabu ate the princess because she was in charge of his food. P.S. Don't tell my father!
By taking it to the king, she can gain access to Zora's fountain, but she's gonna have to wait for him to get out of her way first.
Let's see, she's inside of Lord Jabubu. You can pass through here to the altar of Lord Jabubu. Yo, okay, I get it now.
Jabubu.
Am I saying it wrong?
It's Jabu. Earlier, the Zora shopkeepers wouldn't sell her a fish since he didn't have a spare bottle. Now that the letter's been removed from the one she found in the lake, she decided to stubbornly go and catch a fish for herself, despite the shopkeeper for not giving her his business.
I caught a fish. I wonder what I can use a fish for.
That fish will be surprisingly useful since Princess Ruto was swallowed by Jabu, and she's going to need to find a way to get him to swallow her as well. By the way, Taryn keeps calling him Jabubu, and I told her to stop, because if she's not careful, we're going to have another Hetsu situation on our hands.
Oh, he definitely ate the princess.
Regardless, Zora's fountain has some goodies hidden around it that she's excited to explore. First and foremost, there's another fairy fountain tucked away behind the Great Fish. While blowing up a rock, she accidentally uncovered it. This time, the Great Fairy gives her Favrora's Wind, which allows her to create a warp point inside of dungeons.
Warp magic?
After unsuccessfully trying to enter the cave on the right side of the fountain, she finally settled on getting this fish to swallow her.
Oh, let's try my fish.
Save us all a ton of time. Eventually she realized the fish she caught earlier might do the trick, and I guess Jabubu was hungry. God damn, I told her to stop calling him that.
Ah! And that's probably what happened to the princess. Whoa, inside Jabubu's belly.
Jabu's belly is a pretty memorable dungeon because of how weird it is. It's always a little unsettling in games when the walls and floors are organic, but the old N64 graphics make it look especially psychedelic.
Oh, the bubbles are bad. Oh shit, okay.
This place is completely overrun by electric jellyfish-looking enemies, and none of my girlfriend's weapons seem to work on them. Not long after entering, she runs into Princess Ruto, who isn't all that happy to see her.
Princess! Hi!
Ruto throws a fit and then ends up falling down one of the orifices into a deeper section of Jabu's stomach.
What is going on, princess? She's just walking away! Whoa!
She's still pouting, but after talking to her a couple more times, my girlfriend learns that she's the one who has the Zora Sapphire.
You're that worried about me? Then I will give you the honor of carrying me. However, I won't leave until I find the thing I'm looking for. You'd better believe me. Oh my god, so I literally have to carry her? She is being a little princess.
This very quickly turns into a bit of an escort mission where my girlfriend will have to carry Ruto around with her.
Oh my god, is she gonna drown? I mean, she's Zora, so she can't drown.
Yeah, I think you gotta go back and get her now.
She's all the way back?
Yeah.
Oh no.
What's annoying is that if at any point my girlfriend loses Ruto, she'll have to go back and get her from that starting room. It's made doubly frustrating because Ruto totally berates her for leaving her behind.
How inconsiderate. What? Lady, you're literally Zora. Frickin' swim.
Leaving her behind's a lot easier than you'd expect. Probably my favorite moment was when Taryn solved an entire room and then when trying to pick her up, accidentally walked through the door instead. Oh no. Okay, we gotta go back and get her. What's nice is that Ruto's also a powerful weapon, and my girlfriend can throw her at the bubble enemies to pop them. After getting Ruto back up to the second floor, she can finally make some progress in the dungeon. There's this button at the end of the hallway that Link isn't heavy enough to press by himself. With Ruto over his head, they weigh enough to push it down and open the door. By defeating the enemies in this room, she's rewarded with a big chest and the dungeon's main item.
A boomerang!
At long last, she's been reunited with her beloved Boomerang. Not only is this the key to progressing in the dungeon, it's also how she's going to defeat all those electric enemies.
Go, Boomerang, go!
In the other rooms in this section of Jabu's belly, there are these strange parasitic tentacles that can only be damaged with the Boomerang. By destroying them, my girlfriend clears the tract and opens up the correct orifice in the room Ruto fell down at the beginning of the dungeon. By bringing her to that room, the duo can track down the Zora Sapphire that she lost.
Oh my god, she's so wiggly. That's it. That's what I've been looking for. Throw me up there onto the platform. Yay! She got her gem back.
That would have been mission accomplished, but she gets swept up and captured by a mini-boss.
Oh!
This Octorok's kind of a goofy fight. He'll run her down unless she stuns him with her new boomerang. The only problem is that his weak point is on his back, so she can't hurt him after stunning him. Yeah, see, so like that'll stun him, but his weak point's in the back.
Weird.
In a strange turn of events, it's actually much easier to just let him barrel over her and then stun him as he turns to run the other way. Sword. There you go. Yay!
Did I get him?
Yep.
Yay! God, that was stressful.
After defeating him, she's got to turn her attention to tracking down Gerudo. It's honestly kind of a relief since it means she doesn't have to play escort anymore. There are some fairies and jars at the top of the elevator, which is a telltale sign in Zelda that you're getting close to the boss fight. After a couple more puzzles with the boomerang, she surprised herself by walking straight into the boss room.
Oh no.
This is Baronade, the bioelectric anemone, and the source of Jabu Jabu's belly pain. The fact that his body's made up of a bunch of giant jellyfish makes it a dead giveaway that she'll be making good use of the boomerang for this fight.
Ah!
Pretty much the song and dance here is to knock all his tentacles loose in order to release the jellies. Then it's a matter of picking them off with the boomerang. It's a lot easier said than done though, as this fight can be pretty overwhelming. Good throw, Link. That's the jar. Uh-oh. There's just a lot that can hurt her, and maybe it's just me, but getting electrocuted in games feels worse than simply taking a hit.
Navi, I'm gonna shove you in a jar.
Anyways, Baronade's a real stomach ache, but a relief to be done with. Yay!
Did I do it? I mean, it looks kind of gross. Yay, I did it!
It looked gross before you did that, too. After beating the boss, she can find Gerudo waiting for her to exit the dungeon together. That's how you feel.
That's how I feel.
She's finally warmed up to Link after rescuing her, which, to be honest, took her long enough.
You're late! Oh my gosh! What took you so long? You're useless. Ma'am, did you not see the thing I just fought?
The two escaped from Jabubu's belly, and my girlfriend now needs to convince her to hand over that sapphire.
Yeah, Mifo was way sweeter. Whoa! She got all up in my grill. Link fell off because he got so startled.
Now that Gerudo has a crush on Link, though, that might be easier than expected.
Whoa, she's coming with the eyes! So is this like a first they're sour, then they're sweet situation?
Giving the Zora Sapphire away is a form of courtship in Zora tradition, so I guess Link might now be betrothed to the princess.
My mother gave it to me and said I should give it only to the man who will be my husband.
There'll be some time to plan the wedding later. For now, we've got a kingdom to save.
Her most precious possession? You don't know what she's talking about, but you finally collected all 3 spiritual stones.
With all 3 spiritual stones, it's time to head back to Hyrule Castle and show them to Zelda. Although, as she approaches the gates, the sky begins to darken and her nightmare becomes real. Zelda and Impa flee the castle, and as they disappear on the horizon, she tosses something into the moat.
Wait, princess! Wait, oh!
It's revealed that Ganondorf was the one chasing them, and he asked my girlfriend which way they went.
Ganondorf! He took over Hyrule!
After refusing to answer, Ganondorf hits her with a spell before running off.
No!
In the aftermath of her worst dreams coming true, she's left sitting at the castle gates trying to decide what to do next.
Okay, this is way too happy for what just happened.
Like, did anyone else catch that?
Yeah.
A good start might be to find out what Zelda tossed into the water.
She gave me the Ocarina of Time!
Yes, so it seems Zelda still wants Link to follow through with their plan and left him with the Ocarina of Time.
I'm learning a new song!
She teaches her the Song of Time so my girlfriend can put things into motion on her own, and that means it's time to head to the Temple of Time.
Yo, I'm being Link now. Ooh. I've learned the Song of Time!
Conveniently, there are 3 spots on the altar at the center of the temple, perfect for her to place her spiritual stones.
Eee! I played the Song of Time! Ah! Look at this! This looks so cool! Ooh! Wow! They look so sparkly. Triforce is glowing! Oh, it's playing Fancy Song of Time. Eee!
Hidden behind the altar at the back of the room is something very important and also familiar.
Navi's going to check it out. The Master Sword! Ah! That's the legendary blade! Do I have enough hearts to pull it out?
She doesn't realize what she's walking into, but everything is about to change.
Ah! Oh my god, I did it! I'm the hero of Hyrule!
Unfortunately, Ganondorf planned for this, and my girlfriend played right into his trap.
Ganondorf! Yeah, excellent work. He wanted me to do this all along?
By opening the gate to the Sacred Realm, Ganondorf gained access to the Triforce.
He's evil laughing!
When she wakes up, she's in a strange place she's never seen before. This is the Realm of Light, and there's work to be done.
Where are we? Whoa. Whoa!
Game's not over yet.
Oh! Is it just getting started?
Standing before her is Rauru, the Sage of Light, and the one who watched over her in the aftermath of Ganon's takeover. This is the big reveal of the game, and she may want to sit down for it.
Tarny, don't be alarmed. Look at yourself. Am I a fairy? Whoa, I got big! Wait a second! I'm all grown up now! Yo! Even my ears are pierced.
So my girlfriend has been asleep in the Sacred Realm for the past 7 years.
You were too young to be the hero of time. Therefore, your spirit was sealed here for 7 years?
Now that she's come of age, it's finally time for her to awaken as the hero of time. While she was asleep, Ganondorf got a hold of the Triforce, and now it's up to her to stop it.
Really? How did you let this happen?
The way she's going to do that is by getting the 6 sages to use their powers to fight against the King of Evil.
Oh, so I have to find the sages. Oh, so there were 6 total, so 5 more sages?
Yep, you get 1 freebie.
Oh. And my guess is I'm doing a dungeon per sage?
You got the right idea.
Okay. Whoa, I have a coin!
She's got a nice head start since Rauru's already here and offers her the Medallion of Light as a freebie. With that, there's still 5 more to go, so she's got her work cut out for her. Although, the world is a very different place than she remembers it. On her way out of the temple, this mysterious Sheikah named Sheik approaches her.
Ah!
Who the hell is he?
Who's this?
He explains that he's been waiting for her arrival to let her know where the 5 temples are located. In a way, becoming an adult is exciting, but also a little bittersweet. She's outgrown a lot of her old tools, but the anticipation of what she'll find in their place is cause for enthusiasm.
So I get to just straight up use the shield now, like as a shield.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And you got a little sword upgrade too.
Ah!
Sheik recommends going to the Forest Temple first, but tells her she won't be able to enter until she gets something from Kakariko Village.
Do you understand, Tarny? Yes, I always have to go to Kakariko Village.
Watching Taryn deal with the repercussions of growing up is pretty funny. As kids, we're all in such a rush to be older, but as adults, we end up trying to pump the brakes.
No!
Not the boomerang!
My boomerang!
She feels like a stranger in her own skin, but by playing more, she'll get used to being tall Link. No, I don't want to save as an adult. I
not
want to be a
committed
kid.
yet.
I'm not committed yet. With nowhere else to go, I guess it's time to leave the temple and see what she's up against. Upon stepping outside, she'll find that the world is in a very different place than the way that she left it.
No!
The first look at the future of Castle Town is more than enough motivation to understand what we're fighting for. It's a sobering moment seeing the once bustling and thriving market burnt out and filled with zombies.
I'm so upset.
Let this be a lesson to kids everywhere. Don't be too eager to grow up. Before, she was trying to prevent the dark future, but now she's on a quest to remedy it.
It's all destroyed. Is this Ganondorf's stronghold now?
Castle Town isn't the only place that's changed since childhood, and although we've been given some instructions on where to head next, it's difficult not to want to at least look around a little bit.
No! What about my money jars? Who the hell are you?
Many of the areas have changed drastically, but some of them are easier to access than others.
My heart is not ready. I have to steel myself.
My heart is not ready.
No! I'm so sad.
Almost as soon as exiting the castle gates, she gets a clear shot of Lon Lon Ranch and realizes that checking on the horses was her new top priority. Thankfully, she's already well equipped to go and visit Malon and Talon. Upon entering the ranch, she realizes the butterfly effect of Ganon's malice. Talon has been ousted as the owner, and that grumpy worker Ingo has taken his place.
Mr. Ingo got in charge? No, this is the darkest timeline. Oh my god, it's you. He's
Kiss
sucking up
ass.
to Ganon.
Malon is all grown up, but doesn't recognize her.
She got old and pretty too. Hi, you're all grown up.
Thankfully, the cows are still happy to give her a refill on milk.
At least it's not evil milk.
Ingo is in the fields with the horses, and despite being kind of an ass, he'll allow her to actually ride the horses now that she's old enough.
I literally get to ride a horse.
Obviously, Girl decided to take him up on his offer, and finally, she's back on a horse. The interesting part is that Epona won't let her anywhere near. That is, unless she plays her song for her.
Hello there.
She came right up to you.
Aww.
Using Epona's song allows her to get on Epona's back, and Ingo is so shocked that he'll challenge the pair to a race.
I won!
After humbling him on the first lap, he decides to go double or nothing, and bet the horse rather than have to pay up the rupees.
You're coming home with me, baby!
Woo!
What's up with that horse? Is that Epona? Wait, the little one is Epona! How did you tame that wild horse right under my nose?
Ingo plays a bit of a dirty trick though, and attempts to lock her in the ranch so that she can't leave.
He's never gonna let me leave this ranch? Whoa! So he's, being shady.
Thankfully, Epona's just as eager to escape as she is.
We're going out the back door. Whee! Whoa! Go work, Epona! I'm just hoping that Malon is not going to get in too much trouble for my antics.
With a horse now, Hyrule Field has become substantially easier to traverse. The world's still the same, there's just more in it. Horseback is going to make getting around significantly easier though, and she'll be able to summon Epona whenever she wants by playing her song in the field.
Oh, that's her song.
That'll make her happy. She's like, hello! The world isn't the only thing that's changed in the past 7 years, as playing as adult Link is kind of an adjustment from her younger self. Many of the tools and items she found while she was a kid won't work anymore, which means she's back to the basics for the time being.
I am Big Link.
That said, adult Link is twice as strong now, and she's also got the Master Sword, which has twice the reach of the Kokiri one. Since she has no tools, a lot of the world is out of reach for the time being, but we can remedy that by filling out her adult inventory. And the best way to get started is to heed Sheik's advice and hit up Kakariko to find her first adult tool. After poking around a bit to look at what's new, she found her way to the graveyard, which has had a few more tombstones added to it since her youth.
Ghostly figure of Dampé the Gravekeeper sinking into his grave. Wait, that guy died?
Whether at the hands of Ganon's evil or by natural causes, people have come and gone while she slumbered in the realm of light. It seems a little disrespectful, but we're gonna go ahead and do some grave robbing, as stopping Ganon may well have been these folks' final wish.
Tombstone of the Graveyard Keeper, and if so, who's the current keeper?
Drampa, the gravekeeper, has passed away, and in his crypt, my girlfriend can encounter his spirit. Upon meeting Tarny, he asks her to play a game with him.
Oh my god, it's the guy!
He challenges her to a race through his tomb, but really it's more like she has to keep up with him. He's dropping flames from his torch to interrupt her stride, and the camera angles around corners don't do her any favors either. All in all, it's not terribly difficult minigame, and upon making it to the end, she's finally given her first adult tool.
Hook shot? That's a cool treasure!
Exiting the crypt spits her out inside the windmill of all places, and finally, she can grab that piece of heart she saw years ago but couldn't figure out how to get up to. While she's here, she spoke with the phonogram guy who's all worked up about some kid with an ocarina from 7 years ago. Sounds a little suspicious.
Grrr!
He's pissed.
Yeah. I'll never forget what happened on that day 7 years ago. Grrr! It's all the Ocarina Kid's fault. What?
Anyways, our leading lady decides to troll him by pulling out her ocarina, which ends up being the secret to learning a new song.
A mean kid came here and played a strange song. It messed up this windmill. Oh, I don't know that song.
My girlfriend is completely oblivious to the fact that she has just set a time paradox into motion, but we'll worry about it later. For now, that's about all we need to do in Kakariko. So let's hop on our horse and go pay our hometown a visit. Hopefully the Kokiri have held up in the years since the death of the Deku tree.
No! I got attacked immediately.
Our home is overrun with monsters.
I can't handle that. All this little shit is gonna be like, I bet I can show you something cool.
After checking in on the locals, she learned that mysteriously, it seems like none of them have aged like she has.
Are you still a kid? Do you guys stay kids forever? Have you been traveling around much, mister? Have you ever met a boy named Taryn? Can't say I have.
There are some key names missing still. Most notably, Saria isn't anywhere around town.
Mido said that the great Deku tree withered because that boy did something wrong to it. Okay, well, we all know Mido is full of shit.
Luckily, she's got a pretty good idea of where to look.
I bet Saria is in the Lost Woods.
Mido wasn't in town either, and when she goes to navigate the woods, she finds out why. It turns out he's been guarding the sacred grove to protect Saria. I guess even after 7 years, the dude hasn't gotten over his crush still.
Tarny, this is Saria. Can you hear me? Yeah. Great, you're safe. I knew I would hear from you again. Can you please tell Mido to let me through? I need like a VIP pass or something. I believe you, but Mido's body blocking me.
Help me.
Oh, I need to help Saria. And then Navi's gonna be like, you want to talk to me? And I'm like, no.
Navi's like, would you like to leave a voicemail? Like the other puzzles in this game, when in doubt, play a song on the ocarina.
Saria plays that song all the time. Do you know Saria? Yeah, she's basically my girlfriend.
The Sacred Woods is overrun with moblins, and she's not going to be able to fight her way through hand over fist. Instead, she's going to need to be a little stealthy and sneak past them when they aren't looking. Oh, nice 360 no-scope. Stealth is easier said than done with the old school camera mechanics, but I figure if a 6-year-old could figure it out, she's got a pretty good shot here. Uh-oh. Saria's song is still playing through all this, so at least she knows she's headed in the right direction. Albeit, the music doesn't really match the tone of the mission.
Song is way too happy for how much sneaking I have to do with the moblins.
After making it to Saria's special spot, we run back into Sheik, and he teaches our leading lady a new song for the ocarina that will warp her back here anytime she plays it.
Is this like I can fast travel?
Hell yeah, it is.
Whoa.
Having that song is a good thing because she won't want to deal with the pigmen every time she decides to come back.
Man, the songs are getting more complicated.
I remember how mind-blowing it was for me the first time I realized this spot we visited as young Link was actually the Forest Temple all along.
Have I been here before?
When I played back then, I hadn't found the hookshot yet, so I couldn't even get into the dungeon. But luckily, girl showed up prepared.
Oh, I landed on the branch. This is sick.
You figured it out. The hookshot has proven itself to be super useful for grabbing those golden Skulltula coins from far away, but here she gets to see it's also useful for pulling Link closer to stuff as well. As the tree outside taught her, she can grapple onto most things that are wooden, and chests are no exception.
Whoa! Kick it for good measure.
The Forest Temple is our first adult dungeon, and it's a bit of a step up in difficulty from the ones she's seen so far. This isn't Jabu Jabu's belly anymore, Taryn. It's time to grow up. Some things are familiar, like the dungeon map and compass, but if she wants to find Saria, she's gonna have to work a little harder here.
A chest! Is it a key? I hope it's a key.
It's a big chest.
Ooh, it's a big chest. Okay, maybe it's something else. Is it Saria?
This dungeon introduces her to keys, which she'll be seeing in all the dungeons going forwards. Small keys are usually stashed behind puzzles in the rooms of the adult dungeons, and are necessary to open up more sections and areas for progression.
A map! Oh yeah, that's what I get in the big chests here.
Many times pushing deeper into the dungeon, we'll see her coming up against a locked door with no small keys, which is her hint to go back and look over the areas she's seen already more thoroughly. Figuring out how the different rooms fit together and work with each other is a puzzle in its own right, but if you ask me, that's also part of the fun.
Whoa! I see that! Does she not think I have eyes?
Taryn had her first run-in with a nasty enemy called the Handmaster here, who are especially annoying because they have the power to eject her from the dungeon. Oh.
Huh?
You got grabbed by a Handmaster.
Are you kidding me?
These guys are on the ceiling of the room, and if she spends too much time in a room, they'll get the drop on her and put her back at the dungeon's entrance. Goodbye. The hands aren't the only new enemy to deal with. There are also Stalfos, which are a much stronger version of the skeletons that used to terrorize her in Hyrule Fields at night. Holy stun. I didn't know you could do that. She's a genius. No wonder this game was so hard when I was a kid.
They want you to use your tool you just got.
Yeah, well, kid brain was just like, I have the master sword. There are a couple of rooms where the door's locked behind her, and she'll need to take these guys down before she's allowed to leave.
He does the same thing I do with my jump swings.
Yeah, that hurts. The jump swing hurts. Update, it hurts. They aren't too bad once you get the hang of them, but there's something to be said for having to adjust to combat as Big Link after playing as the little one for so long. For those that don't know, Taryn and I were both on the extreme side of height for our age. Growing up, we had a similar experience where when we hit our growth spurt, everyone picked us first for basketball since we were so tall. But then they'd get upset when we couldn't catch a ball to save our lives. I feel too bad. You just died when you got ganked by a couple skeletons. If that happened in Souls, you wouldn't care. You just spawn at the bonfire and try again. The reality being that we had zero coordination since neither of us had grown into our new size yet. Reaching out to grab the ball with those long arms was like using 2 pool noodles. Yeah, like he goes flying. Anyways, the reason I bring it up is because watching Taryn try to adjust to playing as adult Link was very reminiscent of that. It was like she hadn't grown into her new size and sword length, and was playing very clumsily as a byproduct.
Oh, wow. You drink it?
Link?
Did that almost kill me?
That was kind of cursed. All right, go catch some fairies. After a few more tries against the Stalfos, she started to finally get the hang of things again. And luck would have it, she found the key she was missing, which meant she could finally make some more progress. You got your key. By accessing that room with the Stalfos, but on the second story, she can find the room with this dungeon's main treasure. Although she's ambushed by a group of 3 of them before she can access it.
Oh my god, why?
The trick here is that she'll need to kill the last 2 together. Otherwise, they'll come back to life and she'll have to fight them again. They worked similarly in Breath of the Wild, where she had to destroy the head or another stall might pick it up and place it on its shoulders. But she got the hang of this eventually. Nice. Because you lowered the other one. Good job. With them dealt with, it's high time we open that chest up and see what it was all for.
Thank God.
The bow is such a cool find, and also why I like to tackle the forest temple first. While it's true that the hook shot sort of served as a ranged option, it's been hard not to regret outgrowing the slingshot. Thankfully, the bow is like a better slingshot in almost every way. For starters, she's finally able to shoot the eyes on the walls again, but maybe even more important, the bow is the key to dealing with this dungeon's main mini-boss. When she first entered the dungeon, these 4 ghost sisters steal the flames that power the elevator at the center of the room. They've all scattered around the dungeon and hidden, and in order to get the elevator back online, Girl needs to go out and hunt them down.
No, I need that elevator. They stole the fire.
The trick to beating these guys is that they'll disappear if you lock onto them. Girl never remembers to lock on anyways, so they're super easy fights for her. Frankly, it's nice that they're on the easy side because she deserved a breather after her battles with all those stalls. It's not long before she runs up against another locked door again. We're going to see this type of thing a lot going forwards. Dungeon progress picks up after finding a new tool, but then gets halted abruptly by a locked door.
I used the key on this door.
Usually this is because now that she has an upgrade, like in this case her new bow, there's something new she can do in one of the earlier rooms.
Very impressed. Also, why don't games do this anymore?
With a little more exploring, she finds her first boss key, which is also new for the adult dungeons. With this special key, she has what she needs to open the door to the boss fight, but she'll still have to find where that door is first.
Wow! Oh, the boss key? Is that what that other door was for?
That's for the boss. It's funny because some dungeons will tease the boss door early, but then have you searching all over Timbuktu for where the key is hiding. Other times it'll feel like you're handed that key free of charge, but then getting to the door is the real challenge. Anyways, she may have the key now, but she's still got to get the elevator back online.
It's crazy because I locked this and I was like, wait, I should probably peek and see. And like, however I like peeked, I saw like
Like
this.
just enough, yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay. And I just like kept going.
The forest temple has this really uneasy vibe, and even as a kid, I remember I used to be a little scared to go back in and try again when I die. I think that uneasiness was starting to get to Girl a little bit too.
Why is this dungeon filled with things that just can like grow back? And I'm like, I already beat the enemy. This is not intuitive or easy or anything. Why do I have to do it 20 million times?
You're on an adventure.
Poor Link, he just woke up and was like, hey, the tree wants to talk to you, and here's a fairy.
For me, I think it was something about the music. It just kind of puts you on edge. Like around every corner, something could go wrong. There's this room towards the end of the dungeon where you're meant to shoot another one of those eyes on the wall. The gimmick is that it's frozen with ice over it.
Oh goodness.
'Cause it's frozen.
I think I know what I need to do, and I don't want to do it.
What they intend for you to do is use the rotating platforms to line an arrow shot through the torch to melt the ice. But Girl was like, hell, I don't have good enough aim for that shot. I was gonna tell her tough luck, but once again, her creativity wins.
Okay.
That worked.
Okay.
That was a much better way of doing that than how you're meant to do it, Taryn. Color me impressed because I had no idea that would work. Honestly, I wish I had my own Ocarina of Time so I could travel back and show Kid Me that trick and save him some arrows. Oh, okay. I stand corrected. Taryn knows best.
Taryn,
Taryn
watch
knows
out. The
best.
ceiling is falling down. I have eyeballs, Navi, and honestly, you're gonna get me killed.
It's been a while since we've seen one of the Post sisters, but thankfully Taryn's finally tracked down the third. The ghost is hiding in yet another painting, but this time she has to do this sliding puzzle to make the blocks match what was on the wall. I don't know if I've ever failed this little mini game, but I can thank Taryn for teaching me what happens when you run out of time.
Oh, god damn it.
they shuffle now. At least it gives you a little more time. I love that. I actually didn't know that it did that because I've only got it on the first try.
Well, you're very cool.
It's been a couple hours since she first stepped foot in here, and she's starting to realize what an undertaking Zelda dungeons can be. Breath of the Wild really didn't have much to compare to this. The closest she got was maybe with the Divine Beasts, but even she pointed out how those paled in comparison.
I mean, I'm just gonna say is, I've been in one dungeon, and this could have been all 4 divine beasts in one dungeon.
The final ghost confronts her in the main room, saving her the trouble of having to hunt it down like its sisters. This fight's a little different than the others, where it'll summon clones and she'll have to shoot the real one with her bow. The trick is that the real one has a tell. It spins after the clone appears. All in all, the challenge is a lot more with getting the lock-on to cooperate than it is with guessing the correct ghost.
Oh! Purple fire!
With that elevator finally back online, she can access the basement of the temple and finally enter the boss door.
Oh! But I can't leave, so something's happening. They lull you into a false sense of confidence. Oh my god! Whoa, it's literally Ganondorf on his horse! Behemoth is in the temple!
Phantom Ganon is the boss of the dungeon, and he sets the bar high as the first adult dungeon boss. The first phase has an amazing presentation where Ganon rides in and out of the paintings around the room to fire off lightning spells at the arena. She gotta use her bow to shoot him as he pops out of the canvas to do damage. It's after a handful of shots that the second phase begins, and arguably the real battle. Nice shot, okay. Phase 2, get ready. Zelda fights are a lot more puzzle than skill, and figuring out how the heck you hit Phantom Ganon is part of that puzzle.
So I have to like just time it.
You have to swing your sword as it's coming to you.
I have to swing my sword at the thing?
You're hitting the magic spell, yeah. The trick is in the spells that he casts down at Link. She can hit them with the Master Sword to send them back at him. Ganon doesn't just sit there and get hit though, and will rally with her.
I messed
Insane
up.
rally.
I thought he was supposed to mess up.
He will eventually. It's tricky to get the hang of when to swing, and while watching her, I think I realized the Master Sword's hitbox was bigger than it looked. That said, missing a rally here and there is hardly the end of the world. That's what fairies are for. And every time she got back up, I could see her getting better. What a rally. Get in there, Taryn. Get in there. Master Racket his head. Wail on him. Eventually, it was game point, and only a matter of time until she finally got him. After defeating him, she's warped back to the Realm of Light where she learns that Saria is one of the sages. She earns the Forest Medallion from her and is one step closer to saving Hyrule.
Ah! forest medallion.
Back into the Kokiri village, she finds a sprout in front of the old Deku tree, and from it pops up the new Deku sprout.
Hi there, I'm the Deku tree sprout. This represents hope.
The sprout finally clears up the confusion surrounding Link's origins. He wasn't actually Kokiri, but raised as one after his mother fled the Great War in Hyrule.
You are not a Kokiri. What? I did not guess that. You are actually a Hylian. Oh my gosh, I'm not a Kokiri.
Well, now we know why Link grew up while all the rest of his friends didn't, but there's still a kingdom that needs saving, so it's on to the next objective.
He looks so proud of himself.
There are a couple of things that'll point her in the direction of where to go next, but Girl's intuition was that the Fire Temple was more than likely going to involve the volcano somehow, so that's where we're headed.
To get to the... Oh, I guess I can just get to the Gorons from here.
From the shortcut, yeah. Before climbing up the volcano, she decided to check in on the Gorons and see how they're doing in the wake of Ganondorf's takeover.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? I was a kid, but I'm here again. I'm here to help.
The city is completely empty, stands for one Goron who's rolling around the perimeter.
Oh, wait, there's a rock. Oh my god, wait, it's a guy.
Like most puzzles involving the Gorons, the solution here is to use bombs.
Yay! How could you do this to me? You're Ganondorf's servant. Hear my name and tremble. I am Taryn, hero of the Gorons. Wait, is that little Goron calling himself me?
That little Goron is Tarny, hero of the Gorons.
What? Whoa, this is so cool. Hi, little guy.
So coincidentally, this little guy is the son of Darunia, the leader she befriended as a child. I remember being just as excited as she was when I realized he named his son after me and my heroics in Dodongo's cavern. As a sign of respect for his namesake, Tarny gives my girlfriend the Goron tunic as a gift, which will help her withstand the heat of the volcano.
That looks so cool. Wait. That one was like $300 at the shop.
Rather than head up through the top, she can take a shortcut to the volcano's crater through a secret passage in the back of Darunia's room. Once passing through, she runs into Sheik again at the entrance to the temple. And before going in, he teaches her the Bolero of Fire so that she can get back easier.
This song is dedicated to the power of the heart. Listen to the Bolero of Fire.
Navi tries to help steer her in the right direction, even though it's clear that Girl is doing fine on her own. That's the hint to go to Death Mountain next, by the way.
But I'm already in the volcano, Navi. I was not understanding that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me that because like I genuinely was so confused. I was like, okay.
Regardless, it's time to head into the Fire Temple and find our next sage. Shortly after entering the dungeon, our leading lady stumbles upon the boss door and none other than Darunia himself.
Oh my god, Darunia! Who's there? Is that you, Tarny? Oh, it really is Tarny. I have friends in this temple. I like it.
Usually recognizes you.
Yeah.
He explains that the dragon Volvagia has been released from the volcano's crater, and aside from having an appetite for Gorons, it poses a threat to all of Hyrule since if allowed to leave the mountain, it'll burn the fields to the ground. Darunia decides to go on ahead and do battle with the dragon, and asks Taryn to help by freeing all the caged Gorons in the temple.
Yay!
Nice job.
Hello! Get out of there! You're not gonna be eaten today by a dragon.
This dungeon follows a pretty simple formula where the keys to progress are all locked up in the cages with the Gorons, and by puzzling out how to free them, she'll be able to progress deeper into the temple. Each of the Gorons have useful hints about how to navigate the Fire Temple and free their friends.
Wall that you can destroy with the Goron's special crop bombs will sound different than a regular wall if you hit it with your sword. That's such a good hint.
Coming off of the Forest Temple, this one feels a lot more straightforward, as it's much more obvious what Girl needs to do.
Cut to activate, but you can also use the Goron special crop to do the job. I'm so glad this is 1998, but I would 100% be thinking it was weed.
The special crop.
Yeah.
The Goron's special crop, dude. I think she enjoyed the break from having to think hard and had fun running into friendlies throughout the dungeon.
Hey, Goro.
The dungeon looks a lot scarier than it actually is with all the lava everywhere, but since she's rocking that Goron tunic, even falling in doesn't hurt all that bad, to be honest. Uh-oh. Did you jump off? What happened?
Probably.
You panic?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
There you go.
Ah! I just saw a tiny hole in the floor and was like, I need to meet anywhere but here. I thought I was gonna get smushed.
As long as she listens to what the Gorons have to say and keeps her eyes out that she doesn't miss any of them, this temple's fairly easy to breeze through.
Whoa, somewhere in this temple, you're sure to meet up with some creatures that dance as they attack. Arrows won't hurt them. I need more of the Goron special crop. That's all I have to tell you. So bomb the dancers. Got it.
Easy peasy. There are some clever sections like the flame wall room, but at the end of the day, the hardest part of this dungeon is not running out of bombs. Just like watching you walk in a house of mirrors, basically.
Goro!
The majority of enemies tend to drop explosives, which makes it easier to not run out, but the item she's working towards is a good substitute for bombs as well. Oh, nice. That was so close. So I actually got scared as a kid, I remember this area, because I got trapped in this thing.
Oh no.
Or so I thought. Speaking of, behind the door she just entered is one last timed button, and at the top of the room is a big chest with her prize in it.
Like, kick it!
Put it into high gear.
I got the Megaton hammer! The fancy hammer of lore!
Hammer.
Ah! I'll get out of here.
The Megaton hammer is how she's going to press those big stone buttons she's been seeing all over the dungeon. To be honest, the best part about it is that it works as a reusable weapon against enemies weak to bombs. Not only is Girl's bomb aim terrible, but she just looks tougher when she's two-handing a hammer. The hammer is also necessary to lower that pillar in the room where she met Darunia, which will make it so she can finally leap the gap to the boss door.
Okay. Nobody panic. Oh wait, is this beginning bit? This is oh my god, wait, I know where I am.
With a way over to the boss, she's still short a boss key. The good news is that with that hammer, she finally has what she needs to free the Goron from the entrance of the temple and loot the ornate chest seated next to him.
This is such a cool chest.
According to Goron legend, the legendary Goron who defeated Volvagia used the Megaton hammer in his battle against it. Pretty much as soon as my girlfriend entered the boss arena, she got the gist of how that battle probably went down.
Is this whack-a-mole?
Kinda, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. The dragon has 3 different types of attacks, but the one she's looking for is where he peeks his head out because that's her prime opportunity to whack. After landing a solid bonk on the dragon's head, she can switch to swinging her sword and get a few good hits in before he ducks back into the lava. For the other 2 attacks, Volvagia will fly around the arena up out of reach of the hammer. So, unfortunately, this fight is a bit of a waiting game. Yeah, that was like very Cirque du Soleil just then. That was something else, man. After enough bonks to the noggin, she's able to put the dragon in its place and free the Gorons from becoming its dinner.
Yeah! Did I get him?
You got him. In response to quelling the spirit of the mountain, Death Mountain erupts cathartically, and the sky returns to looking healthy.
Yay! It's okay again!
Back in the realm of light, it's revealed that Darunia is none other than the Fire Sage.
By the way, the wild Darunia, turned out to be the great sage of fire. Isn't that funny, brother? Well, this must be what they call destiny.
He thanks my girlfriend once again for saving his people, and then pledges his support in her battle with Ganon.
We did it, Link! We did it! We gotta go tell little Taryn that I helped Darunia.
Of course, when all was said and done, Taryn had to go and pay little Tarny a visit and let him know that his dad was safe and that she beat the dragon.
Dad and you destroyed the dragon together, didn't you? We did! When I grow up, I want to be a strong man like you, Tarny. Yay!
It only seemed logical to check on the Zora next, especially since the next medallion she was after was from the Water Temple. So with that being said, it's finally time to return to Zora's domain and see how her fiancé has been. What are we doing?
I'm remembering how the buttons work. So that's the first thing. So, is that not moving forward?
Well, you're like in first person right now. Like you're playing Half-Life. There you go.
Oh my god.
There's a nice shortcut she can take between the Goron City and Zora's domain by cutting through the Lost Woods. So it's nice we left off where we did.
I got it.
Nice job. While poking around trying to remember where that tunnel to the Lost Woods was, she stumbled upon this hallway that was sealed shut by a bunch of rocks. After blasting her way through, she found this guy, who offers to sell her something cool.
That's so cool. I don't have the money right now, but maybe I'll come back.
Unfortunately, she was short a couple of rupees, but girl was pretty intrigued by what this Goron knife might be.
So I wonder if it is a knife or if it just seems like a knife to him.
Yeah,
because he's giant.
Almost as if by fate, she stumbled down another wrong hallway and found a couple of chests with purple rupees in them, which got her the rest of the way to her big purchase.
50!
Oh, you're only 10 away from buying that knife.
Ah, juicy payout.
So with that, she returned to this guy, his name's Medigoron, and bought the knife, which actually turned out to be a massive two-handed sword.
Whoa! Giant's knife? This looks like a great sword. I have to hold it with both hands. And it's a knife? This is a two-hander.
There's a bit of a catch to this purchase, but we'll circle back to it later.
Question, is this red shirt like an upgrade, or is it okay to change back?
You can go back to your green one. That one was to help you with the heat in the volcano.
Okay, I feel like I would like to go back. But maybe I'll get another color. I wonder if it'll be blue.
She's finally managed to find the Lost Woods, so we're getting back on track.
To Zora's domain!
Upon entering the Zora's domain, my girlfriend's shocked to find it in a very different state than she remembered.
Whoa, wait, why is it all frozen over? What? What happened?
Not only is the entire place frozen over, but the king himself is also encased in a strange type of magical ice.
Are they even here? No! What happened to the king? They're frozen in time.
Out of sheer curiosity, she decided to hike up behind him to check if Jabu Jabu had also suffered a similar fate. While there wasn't a giant frozen fish in the fountain, the floating ice on the surface made a path that allowed her to finally access that suspicious cave she'd caught a glimpse of from her youth.
Ice cavern.
Ice Cavern isn't really a true dungeon. There's no boss fight at the end, but it does have a map and a compass, so I guess it technically earns the title. What's most important is that it has a crucial item we'll need hidden in it, and that's what she's here for.
Yeah! No, it doesn't.
Some kind of magic ice. Progression here is pretty straightforward, as most doors open after clearing the room of enemies. There's this room with a spinning ice propeller where she'll have to collect 5 silver rupees to get the path forward unlocked. This is sort of a tangent, but I remember when I was playing this game for the first time, I had a full wallet and was going out of my way to avoid the silver rupees because I thought they were worth a lot and didn't want to waste them. Because I thought they were worth a lot of money. And I got stuck for like a week. Maybe that's why I have bad memories of getting stuck here as a kid, because watching Taryn do this has me realizing this dungeon is ridiculously easy compared to how I built it up in my head.
Oh my goodness. Oh, freezy bats.
So at the end of the hallway, my girlfriend encounters the central gimmick of the dungeon. These blue flames are the key to melting the magical red ice she's seen all over the place.
So, I can use this to melt the red.
Okay, good
so
observation.
Do I have sticks as a
How do you pick it up? Because you can't carry sticks as an adult.
Sticks.
Is there anything else you could put that fire in?
A jar!
The fire can be bottled and brought along with her, so she makes sure to grab a couple extra servings for the king in the shop back in Zora's domain.
Magical fire.
So at 29 minutes, Tarny posits the theory that the blue fire can melt the red ice. At 31 minutes, she finally puts it in a bottle.
Yes.
Because you fell off and then took 2 minutes to get back up.
This is why games take me a long time.
Hey, while Taryn's in the ice cavern, I just wanted to ask, are you enjoying the video? Okay, cool. Stay awesome. Using the fire allows her to thaw the ice blocking her path, and after a couple more sliding puzzles, she finds a room that she can tell is important. There's a wolf guarding it, but he doesn't pose the threat he used to when she was a kid. To the victor goes the spoils.
Iron boots! Oh, I can't run or float. But that probably helps me to sink to the bottom.
Yeah, you can dive even deeper than you did before now.
Wow.
Sheik appears once again and explains that the monster in the water temple is the one to blame for Zora's domain freezing over. He also shares that he was able to help Princess Rudo escape before she got frozen too.
So if I solve the water temple, then I can free everybody.
Before the two go their separate way, Sheik teaches my girlfriend the Serenade of Water, which she can use to quickly warp to the temple.
I learned the song. Serenade of water.
That's all well and good, but before that, my girlfriend has some unfinished business in Zora's domain to attend to.
We gotta help the king.
With her extra bottles of fire she snagged, she can reopen the shop and also free her future father-in-law. He was even nice enough to get her something from her wedding registry.
It's blue! Oh!
You got your blue shirt, Taryn. I thought it was pretty obvious what to do next, but Taryn was trying to figure out where the water temple was.
There was like the whole water section on my way to get into Zora's domain. I had to do a beanstalk. Do you think it's where the beanstalk is? Or is it... I guess I kind of thought it was at the lake, but maybe not.
Oh, you're onto something. Well, you did just get a song, too. I guess she forgot that she just learned a song that would warp her to it.
Oh, no. So maybe I do need to take the song.
Yeah, I guess you have to.
Okay.
After warping to the location, she once again sees the impact that the past 7 years of evil have had on the world.
Wow, I definitely did not. Is it completely dry?
The lake's all dried up.
No!
I don't think she did much exploring of Lake Hylia as a kid, so curiosity kicked in as she wanted to look around a bit.
Hello! You're researching the process of making medicine by mixing Lake Hylia's water with various unusual compounds.
Part of why Taryn was putting this temple off was that she heard me bickering about it a bunch back when I did my replay in anticipation of her starting her playthrough. I've got plenty to say, but believe me, we'll have lots of time to talk about it once we actually get into the dungeon. There's a shark in a cage down there, do you see that? It's a JPEG of a shark, but it's supposed to be a shark down there. She got to test out her new boots in the lab, but I think Navi was getting impatient with the two of us.
Way to just spill the beans, Navi. That's not a hint. That's like, she's telling me what to do.
With these iron boots, she can reach the bottom of the lake, a depth she couldn't dive to before. Add in that her new Zora tunic allows her to hold her breath indefinitely, and you can see where this dungeon's headed. I guess it's finally time for the infamous water temple. Here we are.
Oh, wow. We are here.
I had a friend once who said that what the water temple lacked in challenging enemies, it tried to make up for with a challenging concept. I think that's a fair way of putting it.
So this is the water temple. I'm either gonna love it or hate it by the end of this.
The main idea of this dungeon revolves around this central room with several branching paths in the cardinal directions.
Well, can't go that way.
My girlfriend's iron boots are going to get a lot of use here as the whole place is flooded with water.
I know we're like in natural water, but I can't help but like smell chlorine.
The layout is a little convoluted until she manages to track down the map, and being the innovator that she is, my girlfriend decided she'd draw her own until she could find it. Carney is drawing her own map of where she thinks the map is.
She comes by it honestly.
The main point that gets brought up with the water dungeon is the constant boot switching. You'll be going in and out of the menu a lot since the boots can't be bound to a button like other items or equipment. This was something that was corrected in the 3DS remake, and I'd be genuinely shocked if they didn't keep the change for the upcoming Switch one. Regardless of that, Taryn's on the old N64 version, so she's stuck switching like we did back in the day. But honestly, she didn't seem to mind.
Look at that! Did you see that clean switch?
Yeah, look at you.
Maybe I'm not good at switching weapons, but I'm great at switching clothes.
At the deepest level, she runs into her fiance, which she hilariously accidentally called Mifa.
Water. Oh my god! I almost yelled Mifa.
Imagine not seeing your husband-to-be for 7 years, and then the first time you do, he calls you the wrong name.
I never forgot the vows we made to each other 7 years ago. You mean when you were screaming at me not to forget you while I was throwing you at bubbles?
The main trick to this dungeon is that the water levels can be adjusted, and that's sort of the core of how many of the puzzles in here are solved.
Inside the water temple, there are 3 places where you can change the water level. Oh, I understand.
There are these triforces on the walls in a few locations, and each one will drain or raise the water to a certain level.
Ooh, it's the Triforce.
What do we do in front of triforces in this game?
We play the Ocarina.
Hell yeah. It's around this time that she found the proper map of the dungeon, which means that she can ditch the one she was drawing.
I got the map. I'm still gonna draw my map. I like mine better.
The water levels change the way she's able to interact with each level of the dungeon. For instance, bombs can't be detonated underwater, so many cracked surfaces need to be drained before she can break in and find a key. Why are you going in there? Oh, because you're going to bomb some shit. You're crazy, Taryn.
I know what I'm doing.
There are lots of keys cleverly hidden that require her to use the water to get in.
Woo! I was water walking, yo.
Good work. The only tool that she has that works while submerged with the iron boots is her hook shot, so she's going to get a lot of practice using it in combat. Her primary goal once she's nabbed a few keys is to refill the central room so that she can open the doors she had access to at the start. To do that, she's going to need to track down another Triforce on the wall somewhere.
Let's play some funky music, white girl.
It's around this point where our leading lady begins to pick up on some hints that she needs a longer hook shot to reach some things.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll come back then.
The hook shot has been pulling its weight and proving its worth in this dungeon, so I guess you could say it deserves a little extra love.
So that's the outer area. This is where I was.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know where I am.
You know where you are. To be completely honest with you, I expected this one to be one of the harder ones for her, but she was kind of making it look like a cakewalk.
Okay, now you can tell me all about how cool it was.
It was so cool. You
I
were
bet.
so cool just now. For the most part, she only got stuck in a couple of places, and even then, she managed to get back on track quicker than I was expecting. Any attempt at offering some help from me was swatted away because she wanted to do it on her own. All right, so you can hookshot that statue to your left there. Do you see that? It's cool.
What are you trying to sell me on something? This is cool, and also I see it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I felt like you're getting a little annoyed, so I was trying to soften things. Fair play to her. I just wanted to make sure she didn't get fed up with it because I know what temple is coming next. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself again.
Like he's acting like I have to resuscitate a situation. I'm like, we're chilling.
You know, we're in the water temple, so see they go up and down when you hit that, and so that guy was blocking you. So he was a little trick. After clearing that room with all the waterfalls, she enters this huge foggy space.
Whoa! Oh, are we on the lake? So this is like the temple on the lake?
This room is burned into my memory, and she's about to find out why.
He's fighting me.
She got to fight Dark Link here, who is only a mini-boss, but a tough one. His main trick is that he'll mirror everything she does. He's got a sword and shield of his own, so swinging wildly ends up hurting both of them equally. She could just trade hits like that, but she doesn't have enough fairies to survive a fight with him blow for blow. So instead, she decided to try using some of her other tricks. To great effect, by the way.
Woo!
Oh, nice. Yeah, that did some work. Hit him with that a couple times.
Wow! That was so dramatic.
I don't know why I never thought to do that. I think on my first playthrough, Kid Me missed Dins until I needed it for the Shadow Temple. Anyways, I usually opt for the Zweihander when I fight him, but once out of MP, Taryn switched to using her Bonk, which once again was super effective. Nice hammer, girl. Holy bonk. Holy bonk! Holy bonk. After defeating her reflection, the fog clears, revealing that the room was normal after all. At the center, a large chest appears with the dungeon's main reward.
A long shot. Oh.
With the long shot, she follows a similar song and dance to the previous dungeons she's tackled. Using her new tool, she can reach all the nooks and crannies she couldn't before and get the rest of the keys.
Whoa! I forgot I could hook shot to the chest.
After having used the regular hook shot for so long, she kept surprising herself with how much longer the reach was on the new one.
Ah! I'm gonna be able to do so many more things.
It was already a useful tool, but with the added length, it's only going to continue holding a permanent spot on her hotbar.
We're going in!
We're getting to the end of the dungeon here, and now that she's got the long shot, pretty much all that's left is to find the boss key. Oh my god! These last couple rooms pull a lot of things together to test how well she's learned how the dungeon works, and her reward at the end of the tunnel is the key.
Is it the boss key?
Amazing chest ahead.
The boss key!
The room with the boss key has these two pots with fairies in them. She can leave and come back as many times as she likes until all her bottles are filled for the upcoming battle.
Ah!
Zelda games have always been pretty good about this. The game's meant to be a journey, and so it never feels like it's trying to be difficult just for the sake of being difficult. The pitfalls and traps a player stumbles into on their first pass through the game are just as memorable as the victories because setbacks aren't offensively punishing.
What was any of it for?
What was any of it for? With all the keys and items needed, she's just got to raise the water back to where it was when we started, and we can get this show on the road. Thankfully, she's been in here for 3 hours and knows this dungeon inside and out now. All right, now we just got to raise the water to the top again. Remember how to do that?
Yeah.
Cool.
You know why I remember how to do that?
Why?
My mini map.
It's always interesting to see how long these dungeons take her, and by the end of her adventure, it'll be fun to go back and look at how they stacked up against each other. I expected water to be the longest by far, but who knows how much of that was spent inside the pause menu changing shoes. I think she made pretty good time, all things considered. We are at the boss door.
Ah! Oh no.
The boss of the water temple is the water itself, or more formally Morpha, a Morpheus amoeboid that controls the water in this room.
Morpha, giant aquatic amoeba.
Morpha's main method of attacking is by creating tendrils of water and trying to grab our heroine. The attacks are fairly easy to avoid, but consequently, getting grabbed really hurts.
And then, of course, it makes me land on a spike.
I think the spikes around the room are more dangerous than the actual boss itself. Since Taryn spent most of the fight locked onto Morpha, she kept accidentally backing into them and losing hearts. I think the spikes are more dangerous than the actual boss. The key to hurting Morpha is to use her hookshot to pull her out of the extended tendrils, which makes her vulnerable to sword swings. This was kind of a close fight, but Girl impressed me by managing to take down Morpha without needing a single one of the fairies she collected, even if it was a little close. Oh, nice swing. Huge! Huge with the manual aim! That was great.
I'm good at aiming.
Barely got that. No fairies needed. Look at you. Being extra careful to not accidentally hit one of the spikes along the edges of the room, she grabbed the heart container for a much needed full heal. Well earned. You probably know how this goes by now, but after stepping through the Ring of Light, she appears at the Sacred Realm and learns the identity of the Water Sage.
Oh, she's at the temple.
Princess Gerudo, being a sage, may throw a wrench into their honeymoon plans, but the water medallion is a nice gesture.
Ah! It matches his eyes.
Yeah. Back outside, Lake Hylia refills and returns to its former glory. I think the implication is that the water that Morpha was using in their fight was stolen from the lake bed. Sheik is there waiting for her and thanks her for her efforts before making a dramatic exit.
Bye, Sheik. He did a swan dive.
Before leaving, she reads a tablet nearby that gives her a little hint about one of the lake's secrets. Girl's on a bit of a hot streak here with her puzzle skills, and she worked out the solution before Sheik even had time to come up for air. What happened to your arrow?
Let's go find out.
Fighting the fire arrows is cool, not just because now she can shoot fire, but because seeing their position in the inventory, she realized there were two other types of arrows out there still to find. It's things like this that I love about this game, because they do such a great job of leaving these little breadcrumbs for the curious souls.
Oh, so now all of them are fire arrows?
Every time you fire the bow, it'll be a fire arrow.
That's so cool.
She hedged her bets that one of them might be ice arrows, but the mysterious third kind is going to remain a mystery for the time being. Cool. Well, do you want to stop there and have some lunch now? You beat the water temple.
Let's have some lunch.
I think it was pretty clear where the first three temples she'd need to visit might be hiding, because they do sort of correspond to the 3 gems she found as Little Link. But the last 2 temples are a little more out there. Where do you need to go for the Shadow Temple, do you think?
Honestly, ain't got a fucking clue.
Ain't got a fucking clue. Okay. To some extent, the developers really teed her up with who those 3 stages were gonna be, but now we're in completely uncharted territory. Taryn was hanging out on the banks of the lake trying to figure out who the last 2 could be, because as far as she knew, she didn't meet anyone else of importance when she was a kid. Or so she thinks.
Man, I'm very special to know all the sages. I'm gonna crack up with the dog lady's a sage.
After running through her options out loud, she came to the conclusion that the Shadow Temple must be somewhere spooky.
There was the graveyard. That's kind of spooky.
So with her decision made, she called up Epona and rode for Kakariko Village.
No, it's on fire! No, what happened?
The trigger for Kakariko burning is actually finishing the first 3 temples. It's a subtle way of the designers making sure that she does these dungeons in a semi-specific order. Anyways, in the midst of Kakariko burning, she and Sheik are attacked by a monster that came out of the well.
Oh!
It's revealed to us that Impa sealed that monster beneath the well, but the seal has been broken. I guess we could just ask her to seal it again, but Impa's a little busy right now, because yep, it turns out she's our Shadow Sage.
Taryn, Impa is one of the 6 sages. Whoa! no!
Sheik teaches her the Nocturne of Shadow, which will warp her to an upper section of the graveyard she couldn't reach before.
Are you like a musical instructor, Sheik? This is awesome.
Before playing her new song, she was eager to explore what was inside of the empty well. Unfortunately, it was all sealed up. It's all sealed up.
All sealed up.
It's been a while since she's visited Kakariko, and she's due for a visit to the Skulltulas. She's collected quite a few coins since her last trip here, and she's got some upgrades waiting for her.
Eat, Giant's wallet! 500! Oh, so nice.
The wallet is a nice thing to have because she's been capped out on rupees for ages, but the other guy has something kind of funny to offer.
Stone of Agony!
It looks like a rumble pack.
Oh, that's so funny.
The rumble pack looking thing is the Stone of Agony, which will make her controller vibrate when she's near a secret. Well, I'm going to sound severely old saying this, but back in the day, controllers didn't just vibrate. We had to buy attachments and plug them into the top to have that feature. Anyways, that's enough messing around in Kakariko. Girl should play your new song and see what's up there. That upper section that the Nocturne of Shadow warps her to happens to be in front of the entrance to the Shadow Temple, so that solves that problem. Now she's just got to figure out how to get in.
Got none of them. Oh, I got all of them! Yes! Let's go, Link! We have to light up the shadows.
Kind of a cold take, but lighting in games used to be much scarier. The Shadow Temple really leaned into the limitations of the hardware, and to this day, the narrow hallways still make my skin crawl.
They just literally cannot make games as creepy nowadays because, like, you can't do that. It would be too high res.
Yeah, these old graphics really looked creepy, right?
Yeah, I'm spooked and I'm like an adult.
We've come upon yet another roadblock, and not really sure what to do, Taryn went back to the Temple of Time. To her credit, the game isn't very clear about what she's supposed to do here anyways.
Is there a Temple of Time teleport?
Yeah, but you haven't unlocked it. I think you were supposed to unlock it a long time ago. She was meant to speak with Sheik a while ago, but kind of forgot. I think normally you'd come back here after the Forest Temple, and then Sheik would give you this speech, but instead my girlfriend's listening to him tell her about stuff she's already done.
Order to awaken all the other stages, you must become even more powerful. You must travel over mountains. Underwater, I did both of those things.
At the end of his speech, he teaches her the Prelude of Light, which will warp her back here when played. And perhaps more importantly, that she can turn back into a child by replacing the Master Sword in the stone.
Whoa, wait, so I can be a little Link again?
Mm-hmm.
What? That's so cool.
This whole time, she thought she'd grown up and would never be a kid again. And I just let her believe it because I thought it would make the reveal have more impact. I never expected her to complete 3 temples before figuring it out though. Whoops.
Ah! Wow. I'm little.
The good news is that now she knows, so all those side quests she started as a kid, she can still see through.
This is so cool. I can go back and forth. I thought it was permanent, which is why I got sad, but I don't have to be sad anymore.
Of course, the real tragedy is that becoming a kid again comes at a price, and she can no longer ride Epona through Hyrule Field.
My horse isn't out here.
We no longer have a horse.
But I can do my little flips.
That won't stop her from visiting her, though.
Malin, Epona! What's up, y'all?
Now that she's a kid again, she can solve the puzzle of the Shadow Temple, and Navi helps nudge her in the right direction. Even without a horse, young Link can still use the different songs to warp around. And with the Nocturne of Shadow, she has a quick way of getting back to Kakariko. Speaking of side quests, while she's here in the graveyard, she realized she could sell her Redead mask to the little kid here and move that one along for the first time in about 10 hours?
He wants to be just like Dompe.
Back in town, she tries to explore the well, but runs into a problem. The well is full of water, and she can't use her Zora armor or her iron boots as a child.
I can't wear heavy boots.
It's a bit cryptic, but talking to folks around town, one of them mentions how the windmill draws water from the well. That was just the hint she needed to remember that grumpy guy mad at the Ocarina kid she met in the future. So armed with the knowledge of futures past, she can finally complete the Song of Storm's time paradox.
So maybe that drains the well because it uses more water? Nice!
With the well drained, she can finally enter the caverns below and explore what's down there. This is yet another mini dungeon a la the Ice Cavern, but all I remember is being terrified of this one as a kid.
This is so spooky.
To this day, I get in, grab the item, and get out.
Oh my gosh.
It's just that visceral of a core memory for me. Yeah, welcome to hell, Taryn.
Oh, jeez.
Thankfully, our leading lady is a grown woman only playing as a child, so she's a lot more even-tempered about tackling this.
That was our fucking nightmare fuel. Oh my god, how did you ever sleep again?
As a kid?
Yeah!
We didn't. That said, it's been a hot minute since she's played as young Link, so while this is a blast from the past, she's got to reacclimate to how he handles.
A bomb chew? It's not a key. What is this? It looks like a cat.
It's like a mouse.
Ooh, a new type of bomb. It can crawl.
This dungeon is full of re-deads, which little Link struggles to deal with because of his weaker sword and shorter range. Not to mention there are fake walls and floors everywhere, making this place a confusing mess to figure out.
Does this guy mean fake wall?
She nabs a couple of goodies while she's down here, but the main objective is to find this spot with the Triforce on the wall, where much like in the Water Temple, playing Zelda's Lullaby will drain it.
Ooh.
With the water drained, there are a bunch of chests she can open that she couldn't before. There's also this crawl space she can enter where she encounters a creepy looking mini boss.
Ah!
This thing is called a dead hand, and it looks a lot scarier than it is. It'll try grabbing her with those hands, but if she can break free in time, she's able to get some solid hits in on its face.
Woo! Big chest!
Even with the tiny little Kokiri blade, she's able to take him down and earn her prize.
Yeah, he gets to dig around again. Oh my god, he's gonna hop in. I missed that so much. Lens of Truth. Is this the one I was looking for?
With the Lens of Truth, she finally has what she needs to enter the next temple. So it's time to say goodbye to young Link for now and go back to the future.
How do you think this chicken feels time traveling?
Now that she knows she can swap back and forth, I'm sure we'll see him again soon.
See you later, little Link.
Back to the future.
Ah!
Well, girlfriend, looks like you're going to the Shadow Realm.
I banish you to the Shadow Realm.
The Shadow Temple is memorable because of the eerie tone it carries from start to finish.
This is scary as hell.
Aside from the unsettling soundtrack and the creepy atmosphere, it's also chock full of the scariest enemy type in the game. Almost every room has re-deads or their mummy variants in them.
Whoa!
The Dead Hand makes another appearance in here, but he's much easier as an adult, in no small part thanks to the Master Sword dealing twice as much damage. Once again, the reward for taking this thing out is another big chest.
Hover boots?
At first, it might be tempting to roll your eyes at having to swap between boots for yet another dungeon, but fear not, these aren't nearly as annoying as the iron ones.
I have all three kinds of shoes.
The boots allow her to walk on air briefly before falling, which has some niche uses when a jump isn't enough to cross a gap. At first, my girlfriend was tempted to just leave these on permanently since they seemed like a straight upgrade, but the game treats Link like he's permanently walking on ice surfaces with them equipped. You can take those off again because it's like walking on ice when you're wearing them.
I was like, whoa, this is a little wild.
This dungeon has a lot of tough enemies and really easy ways to get hurt, so I took pity on her and gave her some sacred boyfriend knowledge to help her out of a bad spot.
Whoa! I just healed up. That's amazing. How would I know this?
That's the neat thing, Taryn. You wouldn't. That's why I'm here. With all the re-deads in here, she needed all the help she could get because those things hurt when they get their hands on her.
Is he still there?
He's dead. He's re-dead. She stumbled upon a familiar-looking room with a spinning blade in the center and silver rupees, much like the one in the ice caverns. It works more or less the same, but according to her, this one was scarier.
Oh, wow. Oh! They even make that freaking scary.
Greet the Reaper for me.
Yeah.
Regardless, the status quo hasn't changed. We're still looking for keys to help us make it deeper into the dungeon. All our favorite enemies are making a comeback, and being that this is a graveyard, the Stalfos from way back in the Forest Temple are joining the party. Almost.
What the hell is he
Yeah,
doing?
that dude's on another level. What the hell? This big room is especially bad because anytime she fell into the pit, it put her all the way back at the entrance she walked in from at the end of a long, winding hallway. It's a product of hardware limitations of the time, but it made every failure sting a little bit extra.
No! No! He's gonna That fucked me over. I knew it was gonna fuck me over, and it did.
I've yet to mention it, but the Lens of Truth is a major component of this dungeon. The true path forwards is unclear without the lens, and she's been flashing it on and off to check for invisible or fake walls and platforms. The caveat is that this section took her several tries, and among the chaos, she accidentally ran out of mana. The result being that she had to place some of this blind since she couldn't use the lens to see the floor. Run for the door, straight for the door. Huge. Okay. What's maddeningly unhelpful is that the room she just walked into is filled with invisible spikes, and she can't see any of them since her magic bar is out. In the hopes that it might give her some MP back, she released one of her fairies, but no dice.
Heal me, fairy. So I have news. They patched it.
Well, this is awkward.
We're doing it blind.
Thankfully, the re-deads in the room were kind enough to drop her some magic refill. Oh my
Mana!
god, huge. Okay, so you can flick it on and check
Okay.
and then flick it off. You know what I'm saying? I can't recall if I've ever run out of mana down here, but after seeing what she went through in the spike room, I gotta say it's pure nightmare fuel. It's like one of those dreams where you've got a door to open, but you're stuck with a ring that has a million different keys on it, but no matter how many you try, none of them will work.
Ah!
Yay! You're on spikes right now.
I see.
Having been scared straight after running out of magic already once before, Taryn started playing extremely conservatively with the mana bar.
Woohoo!
I like how you just free aim it because you're worried about running out of mana again.
Yeah. I have a sixth sense for the hook shot, though.
The next section of the dungeon has all these fans that'll blow her away if she's not careful. The trick is to use the iron boots to not lose her footing. With her lens, she's able to see that one of the fans blow up against an invisible wall, and using her head, she figures out that using the angel treads in the wind will have the opposite effect of the iron ones. Okay. Okay, that was a way of doing that, Taryn.
It was my way.
The depths of the dungeon, there's this ghost ship with yet another Triforce painted on it. If you haven't learned by now, then you haven't been paying attention. But once again, we're playing Zelda's Lullaby on it for something good to happen.
This is so cool.
Yep, you're riding the ship.
Ah! Why is this the perfect arena for a battle?
She's ambushed by another pair of Stalfos, and rather than stick around to do battle, she opts to abandon ship. The plan actually goes off without a hitch, but Navi almost screws it up with another one of her unsolicited pieces of advice. Oh! Navi! Okay. Okay. Wow, that was something. We're in the final stretch of the Shadow Dungeon now, and we've still yet to even find a whiff of a boss key or boss door. The good news is the key was much closer than she thought.
Oh, an embossed key.
You found the boss key.
Eee!
Maybe it's just the excitement of finally finding the key, but girl found her second wind after opening that chest. We've been down here for quite a while, so she's starting to get a little desensitized to the scary stuff.
What is on this X, and why is that 100% blood?
Well, it's funny because in some versions of the game, all the blood is green because, like, the US release, they needed to, like, tone it down, you know?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Enjoy it while it lasts, because once she meets the boss of this area, the good vibes are going to take a steep drop off the edge of a cliff. Not quite my tempo.
Leading or lagging?
This is why we get along. This one took significantly less time than the water temple, but I think it also wore her down a bit more. There's just a lot that can go wrong at any given moment, and always being on edge that a floor master is going to grab her and eject her back to the start certainly didn't help. Believe it or not, I know it's been ages. We're almost done. You're doing great. Anyways, we're finally coming up on the boss door, and girl better brace yourself for this one.
Oh!
Okay. We made it to the boss door. Oh my god. The boss of the Shadow Temple is Bongo Bongo, and fittingly, his arena is a giant drum.
Oh, geez, I have to shoot its eye! Bongo Bongo, Phantom Shadow Beast.
This guy's one of the tougher bosses in the game, and a lot of the difficulty comes down to getting the camera to cooperate. This guy's tough, so don't feel too bad. The trick is stunning both of his hands with the bow. That's when his eye opens up and becomes vulnerable. Of course, to be able to see his main body, she'll need to have the Lens of Truth active, which it didn't help that she kept accidentally turning off. Once the eyeball gets hit, he's open for a couple of sword swings to deal some big damage. Nice, the jump swing was sick.
I was trying.
The jump swing was badass. It seems seems like they may have intended for you to use the hover boots here, since the drum is constantly bouncing you, but to be honest, they're so slippery, it makes dodging a little difficult. With or without them, it's a tough encounter. Unlike the other dungeons so far, she doesn't get any fairies or hearts before walking into the challenge. Every attempt is an opportunity to learn something new. The runback's also pretty bad. Starting from the entrance, she can take a shortcut through the scythe room, but that means doing the whole boat ride again, Stalfos included. It's about how my first fight went with him.
How many tries did it take you?
Losing this one was frustrating, but every failed attempt was a good opportunity to learn, and although it was through gritted teeth, I could see her leveling up each time she tried it again. She's going Hulkamania!
Ah!
She's powered up. Every time I have Taryn play a game, she ends up teaching me something new, and until this playthrough, I didn't know you could hit both hands with one arrow. Yo, you got
I did it both at the same time!
That was sick!
That was so freaking cool.
Slowly but surely, she got the hang of him, and in time, Bongos beat his last drum. Fire! Fire! Nice! Get him with the sword! Get him with the sword! Yeah! You did it! Oh my god, you scoped him. Look at him beating those drums, Taryn.
He's mad that I scoped him.
That was great. Now for phase 2.
Fucking hell.
Woo!
Oh, you're full of shit. Okay.
You did it! Much like the other temples, she's warped to the sacred realm and reunited with Impa for the first time in 7 years.
What's up, Impa?
Impa lets on that Princess Zelda is still out there somewhere alive and well, and Girl begins to suspect that she might be the last stage she's looking for.
Soon you'll meet Princess Zelda face to face and she'll explain everything. Ah!
It's a fun theory, but we'll have to put it to the test. For now, collect that shadow medallion. You've earned it.
It's
Yay.
purple! Oh, that is like darkness.
She needed a bit of a palate cleanser after the nightmare that was the Shadow Temple. And now that she's armed with the knowledge of being able to flip between adult and young Link at will, there's lots to do. In Kakariko, there's actually a side quest she started a while ago with that pocket cuckoo that she's been taking everywhere. She found Talon snoozing in one of the houses, but back then her cuckoo was still an egg. It hatched like 3 temples ago, so it's time to finally wake him up.
She really wants me to make her cuckoo happy.
Let's just start kicking indoors today.
Okay.
Part of why I love watching my girlfriend discover these games for the first time is she gets the true RPG experience of talking to every stranger she runs into.
This is Impa's house? So I guess I have to ask Impa how and why she has a cow in her house.
When you've played the game a dozen times and already know where to go, it's easy to just blow past all the love and detail put into the world.
Ghost of the Gravekeeper appears in the village.
Yeah, so if you didn't have a boyfriend, that's Nintendo's sorry excuse of like how to figure out where to go. You just wander into someone's house, they berate you for doing that, and then give you really useful information.
Thank God I have a boyfriend.
Now that she's found the right house, she can wake up Talon and hopefully do some good for Lon Lon Ranch in the process.
What in tarnation? Hi, I'm Taryn.
This is the beginning of a Zelda series staple, the long-ass trading quest. Every 3D Zelda tends to have something like this, and for all their tedium, the rewards tend to be worth it.
It's a blue cuckoo.
For this quest, Taryn essentially plays one small favor and has to run all over Hyrule making deliveries. Kohiro belongs to this lanky guy who's found his way to the Lost Woods.
This is how we woke up the other guy.
Dude's having a bad trip, or at least trying to, and he asks her to bring a mushroom from the forest to the old lady in Kakariko. This delivery has a time limit, and there will be a couple more like it. Girl just needs to not get distracted along the way.
Yeah, I rode my horse here. I would not be without my horse. Is that just a fairy?
No. That belongs to that kid. You can't steal that kid's fairy, Taryn.
My bad.
So Granny turns the guy's mushroom into a strand of the Goron special crop, but after bringing it back to him, Girl learns that apparently he died.
Stalfos?
They're the skeletons.
What?
That guy's dead, Taryn.
What?
I guess he was a mushroom poacher, though, so no love was lost.
He's a poacher? Oh, that guy's a bunch of bullshit.
She got to bring his saw to the carpenters we saw building the house in Kakariko, and they exchange it for a broken Goron blade.
Oh my gosh, wait a second. Broke on Goron's sword.
Thinking it looked kind of like the knife she bought from Goron, she decided to equip it and finally start using it.
No! But I'm excited to use it.
Apparently that blade was made with some pretty shoddy craftsmanship. Rather than get scammed again, she's gonna go over Goron's head and talk to his big brother instead.
Hi! Oh, he's giant. How big do y'all grow?
Big Goron got some ash in his eyes after the eruption from defeating Volvagia, so my girlfriend's gonna have to get him some eye drops so he can fix her swords. These are more timed deliveries, and she's gotta hustle now. She brings the prescription to King Zora, who asks her to run all the way to Lake Hylia. Unfortunately, none of the warp songs work for these. Oh no. The time limit is stressful enough, but having your boyfriend commentating the splits probably doesn't help either. Good split on the lake. We got 35 seconds. Good split. Okay. A little bit of lost in the foliage. Oh, she stopped to read the sign. That could cost her this run. It's gonna be hard to recover from that. The last trade is the longest stretch of them all. Run as fast as you can to Death Mountain. You're young. You can do it, Taryn. She's got to take the eye drops all the way from the edge of the lake to the peak of Death Mountain. You're on world record time here for the Kakariko split. Dang. The reward for delivering the drops is, of course, a repaired sword and one that won't break this time. Show him the eye drops.
A sword, please.
It takes Big Goron a few days to actually make the sword, so Taryn gets an IOU while she waits. It's a claim check, Taryn. It's an IOU. In the meantime, let's go become a child again and do some kid stuff while he works on the sword. Now that she's a kid again, she's still got one more mask to sell. Okay, we got the bunny ears. Let's figure that out. Figure out who wants the bunny ears. There's actually lots to do in the past now that she's unlocked so many new songs and tools. Usually she'd be jumping back and forth throughout her adventure, but since she didn't know she could switch back until late in the game, the to-do list has really piled up in front of her. The legendary magic beans, Dad. Legendary.
He's just eating his popcorn.
There's a running joke in Zelda to not ever attack chickens, but I worried Taryn might never learn why since she'd never willingly hit a cuckoo to begin with. Luck would have it, her Stone of Agony started chirping over here, and while trying to find the secret, this cuckoo got caught in the blast radius.
I'm still getting bopped. Whoa, wait, whoa!
A hard lesson was learned.
Oh my god, they're everywhere! No!
Run!
Ah! I'm gonna die to chickens. Ah!
That bunny mask she's been wearing is for this jogger who runs laps around Lon Lon Ranch. He believes it'll make him run faster, so he overpays her for it.
I don't care how expensive it is. Please sell it to me. Oh, 50 rupee mask, but he paid you a crazy amount of money for it. More money than you can count. Wow, so that's how much he wanted it. He said he'd pay you anything. Oh my god, is he about to fill up my wallet?
It's still going.
Am I gonna get to 500? Wow!
After completing the fourth mask, she's able to borrow any of the ones she's already sold, as well as some new fun ones.
Oh wow, look, there's more on the right as well.
I tell her to just pick her favorite, but the Mask of Truth actually has use case. It allows her to finally speak with the gossip stones all over Hyrule.
They say that Gerudos sometimes come to Hyrule Castle to look for boyfriends. I've waited this whole game to talk to these statues, and that's the first thing they said to me.
Even with the new mask to choose from, her favorite was still the bunny ears by a mile.
I like the bunny ears there. That's my fave. I mean, I should probably try on all of them, right? But I like the bunny ears.
She's had her fun messing around with the side quests, but Navi's getting impatient again, so it might be time to return to the main mission.
Listen. Thank you.
Navi, we get it.
We're doing side quest shit.
Let's go grab her sword and get on with our business.
The Master Greatsword!
Well, with a full wallet and a new sword upgrade, I guess it's finally time to go after the final temple.
The thing is taller than I am.
Yeah, that's the Dark Souls experience right there. Navi has hinted at it already, but we need to head west to the desert in order to find the Spirit Temple.
Woo!
Here we go! Last temple. The Gerudo have occupied a fortress in the canyon, and those carpenters she gave the saw to have gotten all mixed up with them.
Halt! Stay where you are! They put me in jail!
Having already played Breath of the Wild, Taryn was very pro Gerudo.
Are we sure they're a band of thieves, or is this just like another Salem Witch Trials?
It's funny because they're originally framed as a band of thieves, and their association with the King of Evil is meant to make them seem like the villains.
I have no idea where you come from, but you must have a lot of guts to make it past all the guards around here. All of my fellow carpenters are imprisoned somewhere in here.
In reality, they aren't all that evil. They just don't want to be harassed by a bunch of sweaty carpenters.
We were really interested in joining their all-female group, but they locked us up like this just because we're men.
This section is very stealth-focused, and we're dealing with the world's most conspicuous girlfriend here.
And then I have my great sword. I am not a threat at all.
At least we get to jam out, you know what I mean?
It's amazing.
Getting caught doesn't feel bad when the music's fire. I have to imagine the Yiga hideout in Breath of the Wild took some small inspiration from the Gerudo Fortress.
Hey, Link, maybe let's not yell when we're trying to be stealthy, yeah?
In that game, things are turned on their head as the Gerudo, who were the band of thieves in this game, had something stolen from them instead. What I was going to say is you can kind of see why when you did the Naboris Divine Beast, you had that stealth section with the Yiga clan.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a callback to this whole Gerudo Fortress.
I like that, where like the Yiga clan are the thieves, the bandits,
Exactly.
and the Gerudos aren't anymore.
I might be drawing lines where there are none, but to be fair, I've watched Taryn get captured maybe 30 times in a row now to this same woman, so I'm going a little crazy here. They're like, damn, this guy keeps getting out of jail. Maybe we should close that window.
We should strip him of his earthly possessions.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't leave him with a grappling hook.
He's not on the
Link.
memo.
This is, what part of stealth is required did you not understand in the dossier? Rescuing the carpenters isn't all that bad though. The hard part's tracking them down, but once she does, all she's got to do is defeat the Gerudo jailer and earn herself a key. Oh my god! How you liking the new sword, dude?
I love it.
Stealth isn't the only option. She can knock out the guards with her bow, too. Taryn felt a little bad shooting the Gerudo, but luckily only the last carpenter cage required the bow. Okay, we're good. She's not dead. She's not dead. She's just taking a nap. To the right. After freeing the last guy, she's confronted by the leader of the fortress. Turns out the girls like her style, and they agree to recruit her.
Say you want to become one of us, eh? All right then, you're in from now on. Yo, thanks!
With that membership card, she'll be able to walk around the fortress without getting tossed into jail constantly. You're a member. Oh, sorry about her. Now that she's befriended the Gerudo, she can get them to open the gate and begin to explore the desert.
So do you think I'll actually be able to ride my horse in the desert this time? No! This is why they didn't let Coffee Horse in the desert.
The desert is a winding sandstorm maze, but as long as she sticks to the flag, she shouldn't have a problem.
This is sick. This must have been hype back
It
then.
was in the 90s.
Ooh.
At some point, this little ghost becomes her escort, and she'll have to stick to him to not get lost.
I went in the wrong direction. I followed him.
Listen,
I'm not arguing you. I'm arguing him. He's a bunch of bullshit.
I'm not saying that you did the wrong thing, but the game believed you did the wrong thing. With a healthy dose of patience, she'll arrive at the Desert Colossus and the location of the Spirit Temple.
Desert Colossus. Wow.
Upon poking around the dungeon's entrance, it became clear very quickly that she couldn't do anything as an adult.
I have to do this when I'm a kid.
Upon exiting, she confirms her suspicions and teaches her the Requiem of Spirit so that she can warp back as a child.
I have to be little.
The Spirit Temple is my favorite of the 5, and part of it is that it makes use of both young and adult Link. There's no way to access the desert as little Link since the Gerudo are blocking the bridge. After playing the Requiem of Spirit, my girlfriend did a little poking around to see what she could do as a kid. There's a bombable spot near the northern part of the map that reveals a fairy fountain and finally gets her her last spell.
Nehru's love.
Taryn attempted to bottle the big fairy, which I'm pretty sure those are an endangered species. Trying to bottle that big fairy, the great fairy you just talked to.
Yeah, she can come with me.
Yeah, there's a place outside I know you can get some fairies if you want some. In order to keep the fountain safe, I instead showed her how to create the oasis just south of the cave.
Oh, I'm filling the oasis with water.
Yay!
Oh, so many fairies.
Inside of the dungeon proper, my girlfriend meets an important character named Naburu.
Yo, what's up? Wait. Oh, they're gonna arrest me because They don't know that I'm me, but in the past.
She and this Gerudo woman seem to share a common goal, so they agree to work together to find the treasure in the dungeon.
You've got guts. I think I like you.
My girlfriend pointed out how similar Nabooru sounded to Naboris.
But I get why Naboris is the name of the camel in Breath of the Wild. This is so cool.
After that, she realized that a bunch of the sages she's met so far have names that correspond to the divine beasts. Princess Rudo and Divine Beast Ruda match, and Darunia is an anagram for Redania. The only one unaccounted for is Meadow, but we'll get to that when she eventually tackles Wind Waker.
One man is born every 100 years. Even though our laws say that lone male Gerudo must become king of Gerudo, I'll never bow to such an evil man. Yo, I like her.
The treasure she's hunting for in here is a pair of gauntlets that allow her to move heavy things. Since the gloves won't fit a little kid, Nabooru suggests giving them to her, but little does she know, we'll grow into them.
Because they did so good with the Gerudo in Breath of the Wild.
The Gerudo got a glow up in Breath of the Wild for sure.
Uh-huh.
This is the first proper temple that she's been able to access as a kid, and in some ways that made it a little more exciting.
We're little.
Then again, being a kid means that everything takes longer to defeat, and enemies that she's gotten the hang of as an adult required extra effort. I think this dungeon helps her appreciate being an adult a little more because of the challenge it poses.
Freaking sucked when I was big.
For the most part, this dungeon's kind of like a victory lap for young Link. It's a cool opportunity to use his full arsenal of tools and utilities in one place.
Why is that?
Did it work? Oh my god, it worked.
Oh,
holy shit, she's a genius.
Ah!
This is kind of a side note, but the amount of times Taryn has found a cool new use case of Din's Fire for me in this playthrough is astounding. Like, dead serious, when she first found it, she was like, I probably won't use it. It seems like a lot of work to keep track of the magic bar. But boy, was she wrong. That was so cool. The amount of times you have accidentally done something really cool with Din's Fire cannot go understated. Dang. There's this puzzle here involving the light from outside that sort of foreshadows what to come in the rest of the dungeon.
Oh, so maybe this is like a sun puzzle and I need the light. Okay, we need the sun.
The dungeon actually has two mirrored halves, the irony of which will become clear once we find the item hidden in the other half of the dungeon.
The map!
Those two halves are actually played as young and adult Link respectively. They meet in the middle here, so this room has puzzles meant for both kid and adult Link, which is why my girlfriend's getting a little confused.
Oh, do I have to hop on that hand?
The correct way forwards is to go back the way she came on the second story. At the end of a hallway is her first encounter with a new enemy and the mini-boss of this dungeon.
Yeah! I was like, he's not moving.
The Iron Knuckle is scary because he hits so hard, but the workaround is that they move slow to make up for it. He's strong, but you're nimble, Taryn.
I'm very nimble.
It's especially tough as little Link since his sword is so short, so she's got to take some risk getting in close for her swings. After enough hits, she'll knock his armor off to indicate that she's almost won. Nice, he knocked his armor off.
Oh, okay.
But stay mindful, because armor or not, he still hits like a truck. Careful. Iron Knuckles are actually quite fun to fight once you learn the timing, and that's not a bad thing since this won't be the last one she faces.
Did he die?
You got him.
Woo!
Outside in the palm of the Colossus, she runs into none other than Kaepora Gaebora, who tries to catch her in yet another dialogue trap one final time.
Owl! Hey, what's up, Taryn? You surprised to see me? Yeah.
He's like, what the hell are you doing?
It's been many hours.
Dude, we haven't seen you in years. It's been several hours of gameplay since my girlfriend last saw him, so the reunion's actually kind of sweet.
Bye, Owl. He just flew through the building.
When all is said and done, she can loot the big chest from the monument's palms and claim her treasure.
The silver gauntlets! Ah!
In the midst of looting her treasure, it looks like Nabooru was captured by the two witches that rule over this temple. There's not much she can do to help with little Link, so it's time to say goodbye to him and return to the future.
Yeah, I would check my footing too.
With those upgraded gauntlets, she can tackle the adult half of the dungeon now. I really like the way the dungeon is set up, and swapping between the two Links to solve it really makes it stand out from the rest.
Ah! I'm big enough to push it.
It's a fun idea to have one version of Link lay the groundwork for the other, and it's a shame they didn't try doing more stuff like this.
The compass. So I got the map when I was a kid and a compass when I'm an adult.
Since the dungeon is mirrored, she kind of has a rough idea of the layout of the other half and where she needs to go. Uh-oh.
That's not what I was trying to do either.
Nice catch at the end, though. That was sweet. She's working her way back to that central Colossus room so that she can work through the other half of the puzzles in it.
Yo, it remembered from when I was a kid.
The goal is to work her way back the way she came on the second floor again. That means yet another room like this with an Iron Knuckle mini-boss.
Oh, man. man.
You're all grown up now. It's time for some revenge, Taryn. I really like how they do this. Having this fight a second time as an adult really showcases how much stronger Link has grown. How much stronger you are, Taryn. You've grown.
Wow.
You're an adult now. There's this cool thing that happens for first-time players where they're inexperienced with the enemy the first time they see it as Kid Link, but as an adult, they've already know how to fight it and how it works. It makes them feel like they've grown up with Link, and I really dig that about the two fights. Oh, you're gonna try to break those with the hammer?
I think it should work.
It's a fun idea. That's enough rambling, though. It's time to see what's in the second hand of the Colossus.
Mirror shield? What?
I've been hinting at it for most of the dungeon, but the dungeon mirrors itself. Do you get it yet? Isn't it cool how the dungeon mirrors itself and then the item you get is a mirror shield? God, I get hyped thinking about that. They've been carefully teaching her how to use light to solve puzzles in here because now that she's got the mirror shield, the puzzles can get a little more complex.
Whoa!
She's going to have to aim light beams, and that's going to become doubly important for the boss at the end of the dungeon. For now, I think she's just excited that the gloves match the shield, though.
The gauntlets and the shield match each other. I like it.
She's been working her way back towards that central room where the kid and adult halves of the dungeon meet, but on her way, she makes this quick pit stop to find the boss key.
The boss key!
Using the mirror shield, she can melt the face off the statue, revealing that the boss door has been hidden behind it this entire time.
I see the boss door in there.
Waiting inside are the two witches and yet another iron knuckle.
He's like, where am I? Oh, he does have his weapon.
Before she can face the crones, I guess she's got to wallop one of these guys for a third time.
Whoa! It's our lady!
Now that she knows the fate of Nabooru, it's time to finally face off with Twin Rova.
Oh, they're sisters! Twin Rova!
Each sister uses fire and ice respectively, so the trick is to use the mirror shield to reflect one sister's spells at the other. That fire one just getting destroyed because her sister keeps attacking. After about the halfway point, the sisters decide to change their strategy and fuse together. They'll launch fire or ice spells, and my girlfriend can take her pick of which one she wants to absorb with her shield. You're getting souped up, girl! After absorbing a spell 3 times, she can unleash the stored energy with her shield and stun the boss long enough for her to get some sword swings in.
We're popping her!
Ooh, nice. I think this is my favorite boss in the whole game, but then again, I'm probably biased since I've been hyping up the Spirit Temple non-stop since we got here. She laughs at you when you mess up. That's kind of funny. I didn't notice that before. It's not a particularly difficult fight, but the concept is really cool, and I hope they bring the mirror shield back in a game someday so we can have more fights like it. Damn.
Woo! Get out of here, lady. Give me back my friend.
After defeating them, the two sisters start bickering, which cracked Taryn up since it reminded her of her own sister. What a fresh kid. They're like, wait, are we dead? With them dealt with, it's time to head to the Sacred Realm one final time and visit our newly liberated Spirit Sage.
Nabooru! Hello, you're okay.
Nabooru presents my girlfriend with her final medallion, which means it's finally time to go and fight Ganondorf.
Thank you, Nabooru.
Rauru appears to Taryn again and urges her to hurry to the Temple of Time because someone's waiting for her there.
Who are you?
This is the Sage of Light. We met him like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. All right, well, let's go ahead and warp back and see what the big deal is.
Sheik?
It's Sheik.
It's Sheik.
To the surprise of absolutely no one but my girlfriend, Sheik is the one waiting at the temple. And boy, does he have lots of lore to share.
Triforce, the sacred triangle, is a balance that weighs the 3 forces: power, wisdom, and courage. So that's what the dragons were about in the other game?
Sort of. To summarize, Sheik explains that when Ganondorf tried to take the Triforce, his dark heart caused it to split into 3.
The Triforce separated into 3 parts. Only the Triforce of power remained in Ganondorf's hand. Oh, okay, so it's him and then me and Zelda. Oh, and that's why the 3 of us are in every game. Okay.
Ganondorf himself got the Triforce of power, and it was my girlfriend who got the Triforce of courage.
The one who holds the Triforce of courage is me! You, Taryn.
It's then that Sheik reveals where the Triforce of wisdom ended up.
Is the 7th sage who is destined to be the leader of them all. Wait, has Zelda been Sheik the entire time? Ah! Zelda!
This is why we didn't stream this game.
Oh. I understand.
It's always amazing to me when I get to share these decades-long secrets with her and see her genuine reaction. Taryn is this wonderful, clean slate with no contamination from outside information.
Zelda is Sheik. They're one and the same. Man, Zelda, where you storing all those smoke bombs, girl?
Anyone who's played Smash Bros in the last quarter of a century probably knows that Sheik is Zelda. But then there's Taryn, who just played this entire game blissfully unaware of any of that, and genuinely believed that Sheik was just some bro helping her out.
She's gorgeous.
As a final gift, Zelda presents my girlfriend with the Arrows of Light, the mysterious third arrows she's been on the hunt for.
And here's a weapon that can penetrate the evil king's defenses, the power given to the chosen ones, the sacred Arrow of Light! Oh my god! And she gave that to me in Breath of the Wild! Ah!
By the way, pour one out for the ice arrows. Taryn never found them on her journey. Rest in peace. I like how it had 3 exclamation marks.
It did. They put 3 in there.
Unfortunately, when Zelda revealed herself as Sheik, Ganondorf was paying attention, and he springs a trap.
Ah! No! She's in a crystal!
Ganondorf taunts our leading lady, goading her to come to his castle.
Evil laughter! We know our next destination.
My girlfriend's still a little shell-shocked from the onslaught of information she just learned, but once she's gathered her thoughts, it's finally time to go and storm the castle.
Ah! So Zelda was Sheik the whole time!
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
And she's been flipping around underneath Ganondorf's nose, and I've been running around, and he's been letting me, thinking that I would, lure Zelda out, and so I feel like it was kind of obvious to, come here, and he kind of, saw that coming, but you know what? This is kind of, the only place it could have happened. Ah! Oh my goodness. Oh! Man, I have to process that for a bit.
At this point, she has everything she needs to beat the game.
Let's go finish this Triforce. Ah! Come on, Navi.
Upon approaching the castle, the 6 sages use their combined powers to build her a bridge to get to its entrance.
Ah! Everyone is helping me! Thanks, sages. Whoa! He's testing it.
Yeah.
I would too.
He's like, is this safe?
They even put in railings. They thought of everything.
Ganondorf is waiting at the top of the central tower, but in order to break the barrier, my girlfriend will need to attack it in 6 spots corresponding with the sages.
This is so evil.
Ganondorf's castle isn't really a dungeon in the traditional sense, as it doesn't have a map or a compass. Still, each of the 6 rooms utilize all the different items and spells she's learned on this journey to create one final challenge.
Let's do the forest one.
At the end of each path, there's this tendril-looking thing that she needs to shoot with a light arrow to destroy and weaken the barrier.
Woo!
Afterwards, the corresponding sage will usually appear and tell her to get a move on.
Hurry up, Tarny.
It's a fun trip down memory lane, getting to see all the sages one more time before her big final battle.
What's up, man? Thanks for naming your kid after me.
The shadow barrier is the standout of the bunch because within it is this dungeon's treasure. At the end of the main hallway, she can find a big chest with the final upgrade of the game.
Golden gauntlets, even more powerful.
The golden gauntlets are even stronger than the silver ones and will allow her to lift giant pillars in the castle. In order to clear the entrance to the light barrier, she'll need these, so it's a good thing she did the shadow one before it.
Wow.
The whole barrier sequence has a lot of fun callbacks, and it serves as a good reminder of how far she's come. Remember in the Deku tree when you're burning webs, Taryn?
Yes.
Look at you now.
Ah!
For her, there were also some funny moments that highlight the stuff she never got the hang of.
Oh no. Oh, wait a second. Ah! Whoa!
I was hoping you'd notice that.
No!
After breaking the light barrier, the shield around the central tower finally collapses.
Okay. Whoa! It dissipated.
Before she ventures on, there's something a little special I want her to go and see outside, though. So before you go in, let's leave the castle. There's a little secret that I don't want you to miss.
Oh, thank you.
Now that she has the golden gauntlets, there's one final secret to uncover.
Oh! Use your knees, Link. Whoo! What could be back here?
This final Great Fairy Fountain ups her defense and makes it so she takes half damage from all sources from now on. Something that'll surely help out in her final battle.
This was such a good secret.
What's funny is, as I'm watching this footage back, I'm realizing she never found the magic meter upgrade. Whoops! Nobody tell her. What she doesn't know can't hurt her.
Now I really can fight Ganon.
Now it's time to climb the spire. On her way up, she has kind of a greatest hits, you could say, of all the big enemy types of the game.
Oh, it's Alphos!
First, she's ambushed by a pair of Lizalfos, then a couple of Stalfos. The final room is the big one with 2 Iron Knuckles. But even they aren't the threat they used to be anymore.
Ah! The Ganon key!
After that quick mini-boss rush, she's finally made it to the boss door. At the top of this last flight of stairs is her final battle with Ganondorf himself. All that's left is to wish her luck and see what happens.
Ganondorf, I've come to stop you. Zelda! Ganondorf is playing the organ! Hi, Zelda! That's freaking crazy. This is Davy Jones' locker type shit. Oh my gosh, my Triforce! His Triforce! No!
So just like in her battle with Phantom Ganon, this battle is another scary game of tennis. Ganondorf will rally the spells much more aggressively than the Phantom, and consequently he's a lot harder to stun too. Yeah, that was a hell of a rally.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I rallied like 12 times.
The main trick is that Navi can't help in this fight, so she's unable to lock on. The good news is that she has a giant Goron sword and knows how to use it. Anytime Ganon fails a rally, she's got to shoot him with a light arrow to buy herself enough time to jump to the center platform and get some swings in. Once he gets low on health, he'll start using this scary homing attack, which, to be honest, I don't really remember how to dodge. I liked my girlfriend's strategy, though. Yeah, that was perfect. It's a tense encounter, and Tarny kept running out of magic to use her light arrows. Against the stacked odds, though, she showed him what's what. Nice.
He just face planted!
With Ganondorf defeated and the princess saved, her work isn't quite over yet. They've still got to escape the castle.
Oh my god, the Ganon boss music! Ah!
Ganon uses the remainder of his power to try and take her down with him. And that means he's conjured up the girlfriend's only known natural predator, a time limit.
I have a time limit! Ah!
Thankfully, Zelda's got the power to open these gates she was seeing on her way up, which make for a nice quick descent. Does Zelda have hover boots, Taryn? What the hell?
She might have hover boots.
This section's a lot more spectacle than challenge, but it's nerve-wracking because Taryn wasn't sure if she'd have to refight Ganon again if she failed. She kept bringing up Super Metroid, so you know she was a little traumatized from that escape sequence. Fortunately, they give you plenty of time to make it out, and you'd have to go out of your way to not make it in time. Way to drown your fears, Taryn. Once safely at the bottom, the tower collapses, and it seems like it might finally be over.
This looks kind of arena-y, question mark? Please tell me no. It's over. It's finally over. Is it?
Knowing all too well that it can never be that easy, Girl steps back into the arena for the real final fight.
Whoa! He's still pissed. Ah! He turned into a beast. Ganon! No, my sword! There's no way he's gonna hold me back again. This time we fight together. Thanks, Navi.
Ganon is a tough battle, and not just because he hits like a bus. Nice dodge. Nice dodge, girl.
Thank you.
Navi's back for this fight, which is nice because she's going to need her help. His weak spot is his tail, but getting around him to hit it is its own boss fight. Yeah, imagine being a kid playing it. Like,
oh
is this not the coolest shit you've ever seen?
This is so cool.
His swords have a long range, and like I already mentioned, they really, really hurt. Nice. There's so much reach on that sword. It's great.
Back it up, Tarny.
Every time you get hit, Zelda screams. It's so good. It's so good.
It's so dramatic.
The trick is to shoot him in the face with a light arrow. That'll stun him long enough to let her sneak around. The problem is that magic is running at a premium right now, so girl's gonna have to get a little creative here. He's like, did you just try to grapple my face? After getting enough clean hits on the tail, Ganon is stunned long enough for Link to run and grab the Master Sword again.
Taryn, the Master Sword is here. Hurry up. Oh.
The boss is weak to the Master Sword in this fight, so it's actually better to use it over the big Goron blade for the battle. The big problem is that Girl's out of magic and doesn't have a way to stun him. A good way to get magic back in this fight is to let Ganon smash some of the pillars and debris around the arena, as they have a chance of dropping something useful. The pillar did end up being useful, but not in the way that Girl was expecting. Huge. Huge. Just don't get clapped trying to grab them, you know what I mean?
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and argue that bottling a fairy mid-boss fight is on par with taking a selfie, but you all can be the judge.
Oh god, okay.
That's big. That's big. The fairies were a nice help, but as she learned in the Shadow Temple, they don't heal magic. They allow her to throw herself at the boss a couple more times, but she ended up chewing through them rather quickly and found herself stuck again.
Okay.
Low on health and with no clue how far she was from beating him, it was time to make a choice. It's scary to get in close and risk getting hurt, but you know what? You can't show courage without being a little scared. Nice. Nice. Well, I told you were close.
Zelda's helping!
Woo!
Go, Zelda, go! Woo!
With the help of all the sages and Zelda, she can finally seal this evil for good. They all work together to seal Ganon away in the realm of light.
Yo, all of my friends! Everyone is being so cool! They're helping me! Whoa!
In true villainous fashion, he vows to get revenge on them and their ancestors, foreshadowing the many, many games to come.
Curse you, Tarny! Someday, when the seal is broken, that is when I will exterminate your descendants.
Taryn, our child is in danger.
Shit!
With peace returned to the world and everything set back to how it was before Ganon's rise to power, all that's left is to send my girlfriend home.
As a sage, I can return you to your original time. Wait, I can go back to being a kid! Ah!
She's done her part and fulfilled her destiny, and her reward is the chance to live the life she never got to while sealed away in the sacred realm.
Come on, Navi, let's go home. Bye, Epona. Bye, Zelda. Bye, everybody.
I think there's an important message here at the end of the game. I'm really excited for the remake coming out later this year because it's going to allow me to go back and re-experience my childhood all over again. In a way, that's what Zelda does here for Link. She sends my girlfriend back to her childhood so that she can experience all those lost years. It's like every time I pick this game up again, I'm placing the Master Sword back into the plinth and opening my eyes as a child again.
We're back and we've returned the sword. We're little again. I could not be happier.
That about sums up why we're excited for Ocarina of Time. Is that a long enough explanation for you? If you want to catch our playthroughs live, be sure to follow us on Twitch. As always, I have to give the world's biggest shout out to our channel members and Patreon supporters who help make videos like this possible. If you've enjoyed this type of content and want to help us make more, then please consider becoming a part of this awesome group of people on the screen here. Of course, I have to give a humongous shout out to our Sixth Wheel supporters: Daniel Rogers, Gizmo, Isaac Vogan, David Webb, Mace, Gray is Sleepy, Taco Supreme, Parav Skittles, Envy, Cry, Regulus, Blaze of Fire, Miss the Fox, Blondes, Michael Herbert, Shaneboy 1888, and Cerberus. Originally, this was supposed to be a quick side project before we tackled Tears of the Kingdom. Taryn needs to stop asking me questions about Zelda, or I'm gonna start walking around the apartment like a re-dead. Anyways, see y'all in the next big adventure.